Let me stop messing around. What up, y'all? How y'all doing? It's the MC Almighty Rain back once again with Roti and Poutine. I'm joined by my illustrious co-host, the T.R.A.C. to the historian himself, Valiant MC, MC Bubba. And we are also here with a very special guest. Good to see everybody in the rap team in the chat. Valiant, why don't you tell the world who we were chilling with today?
Oh, right. He has been, I don't want to say one of the great hopes for America, but we'll say that. He's been one of the great hopes for America for a long time, and his potential has been widely anticipated for a long time. And when people got news that he was going to be releasing with the North Korea, they got very excited because many of us knew that it would be the perfect home. He's also released on Overview and recently had something come out on Shogun, and you all know him as Echo Brown. Please give us a hand. Show some Bob Rosses in the chat for Echo Brown.
Happy to be here. Appreciate that intro. Put me on a pedestal now. I'm feeling super awkward, so let's do this.
Hey, you know what? Pedestals are made to be fallen off of.
There you go. You gotta knock you off of something.
I'm trying to fail tonight.
Let's do it. All right, man. Let's get this out the way, man. We ask everybody a question. I don't know if you watch the show enough or that was your cue to be like, yeah, all the time. Anyway, so I'm just kidding. No dove tonight.
Softball. Strike.
Inside jokes.
Hey, what is your bucket list food?
Bucket list food.
Bucket list, like
you're gonna tie tomorrow.
What's your Green Mile? Your Green Mile thing?
Oh, the last meal. Damn.
Yeah, your Last Supper, surrounded by 12 disciples. Or just one person. It's up to you.
Shit, I don't know, man. Like, honestly, it's just gonna be like New York style pizza. Like this type I gotta like put my whole and then fold it. Like
if the giant slice.
I'm not mad
for real. I need that Brooklyn pizza. I need like the orange like puddle. Oil and fat to like drip off. It stains the sidewalk, stains your clothing, and
it's that tomato and mozz when it makes really well. You know what I mean?
People don't understand that grease, man. They think it's, you know what I mean? They make pizzas and I'm like, this pizza's good, but like, it doesn't drip. I want to be able to dip my pizza in the grease.
Well, you know, a lot of it depends on if it's pepperoni or not, because the pepperoni can add an extra layer of grease that you didn't know you needed.
I judge a pizza place off their pepperoni. It's like what judging my General Tso's at a Chinese spot in Masamana Thai. If you can't make a good pepperoni pizza, your whole shit's fucked.
Hold up. What kind of pepperoni do you like, though? Do you like the flat pepperoni or the curly pepperoni? You know, the ones that kind of comes up like a little bowl and it's kind of charred at the ends?
It depends, because that could go either way.
I thought all pepperoni sort of just kind of.
It depends on how you cook it. That's the thing.
Or how thick maybe it's sliced. I don't know.
Maybe it's the thickness as well, yeah.
What do you mean it must, Dilly? Like look, Dilly, you always being controversial in the chat. It's got to drip, bro. You can't, first of all, you can't talk.
You don't
get to tell us.
We didn't overthrow you.
You gotta come to New York for us with that nonsense.
We didn't get rid of the British to be arguing with you about pizza.
I love you to death, bro, but nah, you can't. Normally we go back and forth with the pepper pot and all that. You can't have the pizza conversation, fam. You better come get this drip. Anyway, my bad. Nah, man, drip is slang for all kinds of things that aren't what you're pausing. Anyway,
that was actually
except me for me. Track. What was your food of the week? What is
I've been veganing out, man. So you know what I mean.
Vegan.
Yeah, I've been veganing out the last couple of days properly. So last night I had this sort of barbecue styled. Like I guess would be like chicken pieces with cutlet. I mean with rice and a whole bunch of veggies on top, and it was hella good, man. You know, I was like I was telling you earlier, I was a little woozy, mostly because the day before we went and got an aside from this one spot over in Nyack, and I didn't know it had a lot of almonds in it. And me and almonds don't really agree all the time.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So I woke up the next morning like fearing the earth, like, yo, why do I feel like I can't focus? And I sat down for a minute and thought about it, like, no, it's the almonds' turn.
It's that deep with almonds with you, huh? You couldn't focus, huh?
Well, I couldn't. Yeah, I felt very wayward, man. And it was like I usually get that for like shrimp or something because I can't do shellfish either. So
All right.
So yeah, that was what it is. But today was a proper vegan out, and it's a spot called Main Essentials. Shout to Main Essentials.
Gang. All right.
Love that spot,
Cool,
dog. They cook it with soul. That's the best way to say it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Valiant, you had a bag of chips that you didn't agree with.
What?
Nothing. Go ahead. What did you meal of the week?
No, I've been keeping it super big. I've been trying to do salads and just lame food for like the last couple weeks. So when I finally got a meatball sandwich, and I haven't had meat in a while. That was. See, that's just it. I don't know if it was good.
I'm just laughing.
You know how like when you don't eat something for a while and then you eat it and you're like, oh my god, that was the greatest thing ever. It's like, no, you just haven't had it in a long time. I think that might have been the case, but I'm not really sure.
God damn this show, man. We've been on so long, right? So we're like, new guests. What's your favorite food, man? Pizza? That's amazing. Then I asked my co-hosts, and they're like, yo, I ate some shit that just completely fucked me up for like the week. Don't nobody want to hear this. It's like, have we gotten to the point we can't even talk about the good things anymore? We're just like, yo, I just ate, shit was wrong, man. I don't like food at all. Why do we even ask this question anymore? Stop asking me about food, man. It hurts. God damn it. Anyway, so... real quick. My wife made a bag of stir fry.
Meatball, bro. I ain't mad at that.
No, just my wife made a bag of stir fry with like snow peas and chicken and some tofu as well. She mixed it in. It was delicious. I ate it. Nothing happened. It was fantastic. You know what I mean? Before we get back into it, one more thing for everybody in the chat. I need you to put fire emojis or Bob Ross emojis, or if you're a subscriber, use our emojis. And please give everyone to the man right here. Did I point the right way? I did. Look at that. Gang. Happy belated birthday, Track.
Oh, y'all caught me off guard.
Yes. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to Track. He is 27 as of Monday.
Yeah, it's a Monday, and getting younger by day. Watch out, Kobe. I'm coming for you.
Oh, man. So, yeah, happy birthday, man. Did you do anything crazy? Did you have a party with tons of people?
Nah, no party, no nothing. I went to the huge park, watched my girl and my daughter play in the swings. As soon as it got crowded, we ran back in the house, and that was it. I was happy.
Dope.
I was surprised they could get crowded right now, to be honest. So that means
that's in New York, right?
There was this one girl, I will say, she had to be between 16, 17. And it was one of the warmer days. We began like semi-warmer temperatures up here. Mm-hmm. But literally the whole lake, the park has a huge lake. The shit is over ice and there's a wind blowing. And this little girl is wearing short Daisy Duke pants at the goddamn park. And I was like, yo, who is that? And where is her mother? But it seemed they weren't from here. They were from Russia or something like that. So I was like, oh, maybe they're from the north side of Russia. So I don't know. I just was in shock because the wind was like, it would be warm and then the wind would blow and it'd be cold all of a sudden.
It is not cold here. It is fine. You are a wimp.
It is fine.
You are a weak American. Was that
much love to everybody in the chat. Thank you.
Anyway, enough about us. That was cool. We talked about us enough. That was too much, actually, in my opinion. I mean, happy birthday and all, but let's keep it moving. Echo Brown, man, you've been moving. Let's get the origin story from you, man. Like, start from the beginning. Where did you start?
Once upon a time story.
Once upon a time, like, when you were like 6 years old and walking past a record player, because they had those when you were 6. What was your earliest music memory? Do you come from a musical family? What developed you into making jump up?
Yeah.
Fucking
nah. Oh, catch me off guard. Legs sweeping me in the chat. Goddamn. So my dad was a music producer.
Nice.
Growing up, produced for actually like quite a few artists. specifically Christina Aguilera when she started like her demo
Sheesh.
tape.
Staten Island.
Yeah, I did like it's kind of weird, but and then he also did work on SWV's first album a little bit. And so there was I literally have pictures of me when I was like 4, kind of like standing beside him, and he's like on an MPC in the kitchen,
Sick.
and just like making beats back then.
That's legit. Wow.
He was born to be funky.
I don't know, man, something like that. And yeah, my mom's not that musical, but everybody on my dad's side at some point like played an instrument. So my grandmother sung in choir. I'm not really a church going person, but definitely had my fair share of exposure to that growing up.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I think like once I turned like maybe 11 or 12, I kind of started delving off and doing my own exploration for music. And it's like, honestly, it's weird, like around the same time that I actually like found out about drum and bass and electronic music in general. So
crazy.
that's always cool. That's
kind
of like my musical roots.
Yeah, that's a hell of a bloodline, man. I'm not, you know what I mean? Most people can't, don't have an origin story that thick, man.
My parents just got drunk and listened to records.
For sure, same.
Honestly, like it's not even that special, bro. Like for it's cool, but I mean, I don't know. I had plenty of that too. Just a lot of records being played, or just like the multi-disc. Because I'm only 27.
Yes.
Y'all hate me. Y'all hate it when I say that. I just always got to bring it out every once in a while.
No, we're not hating. It's fine. It's fine. I'm fine with it.
I'm fine.
I'm totally fine with it. Is it hot in here? It's hot in here.
Nah, man. It's
fine.
Getting those hot flashes, bro. Man,
menopause. I need some of that patchouli. Anyway, so what were some? What are some of the first records that you remember listening to drum and bass? Like, what got you into it? What was your aha moment?
What was the aha moment? Yeah.
I mean, the classic, man. Timeless by Goldie was the first one I discovered back in the days of Napster, where I had, at that time, I had like started listening to stuff like the usual electronic acts back then, like Moby, the Crystal Method,
right.
Obviously the Prodigy.
A lot of big beat.
Oh yeah, a lot of breaks and like I don't know, also getting into like the down tempo kind of easy listening stuff too, like Thievery Corporation, like 07, Telepop music. Yeah, I don't.
You just did them dirty, dude.
I'm still learning. I am but a child. I don't know, but and then I had come across Goldie from like some like list that was like, if you listen to this, then you may like this, and what was that?
I'll say, that's. I wonder what it was that you listened to that led you to Goldie.
What was the thing before
it was really weird. Like it was, y'all may know it, y'all may not know it. It's this Japanese like techno producer named Ken Ishii.
Oh yeah,
yeah. He had released an album like I think like a year or two beforehand, and Timeless was underneath that. Like it was saying like if you like this, you might. And it was like totally unrelated, which made no sense.
Completely.
But like I heard Timeless, and like I've mentioned it before in like other interviews, but like the sound that I just resonate with is like those really atmospheric chords, like just the pads with like a minor chord, something that just takes you to outer space and back. That shit will have me like astral projecting outside my body for a little bit. Not really, but like I mean, it's heavily influenced me in my production. Like I've definitely incorporated a lot in the music that I make. But I heard, obviously the beginning of Inner City Life, man, just that giant atmospheric soundscape. And by the time I had that, I was like, this is it. I guess this is it. And then I went down the dark rabbit hole through there, and you find out about DJ Blame with Moving Shadows. You find out about LTJ Bookham, and Good Looking Records. You find out about the American cats at that point, because Human Imprint was already what Armani Rain was doing stuff by then. and you know,
Never heard that dude.
Nope.
never heard that dude. I don't know who that dude is. Yeah,
Yeah.
Armani Rain and a lot of stuff like in terms of like vocalists, like Messinian as well.
Shout
Messinian
out.
was
So
Shout out
I
Messi.
mean, yeah, you can't really come up in
Five-sided.
drum and bass. You can't really come up in drum and bass being a stateside dude without knowing about like Diesel Boy, and Gridlock, and you know, back then Random Movement.
Right.
You know, I just went through kind of just this education through the years, and then I kind of just got hyper intensified in the high school and like senior year of high school. I was like, I think I want to try producing this stuff, and that went all right for a little bit, and yeah, I don't know. Somewhere along the way, I did something right, and I'm on the show with you guys. This is like top tier.
Yeah,
This
I
is
mean,
how I know I've made
This is
it.
the indicator of your career, right?
Look,
Yeah, no, this is it, man.
it was a good it was a good place to start, man. Goldie into everything else. I mean, timeless being the unlocking key to this world is pretty serious, man. And you've been on a tear, you know, especially of late. You've been recognized for that production. It's super dope, man. I had something else. Oh, Meta and MJ, thank you for the subs. Really, really, really appreciate that. But yeah, man. So, what did you start producing with? Like, what was your entry
setup?
in production wise?
What was the setup?
Yeah.
Had that. Also, sorry, I see. I have the Twitch feed up as well. I see Lieutenant Reed in there.
Talking
That's my
shit.
homie.
Oh, yeah,
That's
he
my
alright.
homie.
He alright.
Talking about assault right now.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't going to say nothing. Everything was cool until he started threatening people, and then I'm like, "Fam, I know you."
Good to see you. Talking about putting hands on me. Why?
Fuck all y'all is his response. That's the Reed for you. Straight away. He wants all the smoke.
Damn.
He wants all the smoke at all times. Anyway.
But yeah, first setup, I had an Asus netbook that would crash every time I opened up Ableton and used anything other than the onboard instruments.
That's what Asus does. They crash
Every time.
every time.
Yeah, fuck Aces. Wait, what?
And I would have this turning into an anti-Asus.
Well, if they
bombing
made
on Asus
computers
the whole
that
show.
worked,
If Valiant's got an experience, he's
I'm
like
just saying.
got his head down. He's like, I don't know. I don't want to tell them about
Kill
this
Asus.
one time
That's what it looks
Asus
like for
failed
Valiant.
me and my family.
Shout out Jesso. Thank you. Drums gifting subs. Good.
But yeah, no, I started out with that. I had the Ableton demo version for like, I think it was like 6 months, and it was a crack. And
Yeah, I
I
was
would,
about to say that was around the crack era, right? Every program was on some crack shit.
Yep.
the right crack era.
The right crack
Not
era.
not that
Yeah,
one.
the right crack.
Not that one.
Cracked.
Not the
era.
new crack shit.
The
I got
one
you.
black people benefited from.
Aha. Yes. See. And I had that, and I would just crash the Asus netbook like every day, and I couldn't save the projects anyways because on the demo you can't save.
Right.
So you can't export, you can't save, you can't do anything. You just in like
Damn.
arrangement view, just like being depressed that you just made like fire. Like back then, when you like looking back, you know, like I just made absolute shit. But
You never know.
I know.
All right, okay. Fair
I'm
enough.
fully aware. I am aware. It was not doing or making moves, I can tell you. And after 6 months, I upgraded to like this little desktop thing, and I messed around with like an MPK Mini. It's always been Ableton. I've been Ableton gang since day one. So, and then after a while, over the years, I just kind of just kept expanding to it. I still have the same MPK that I had when I started out like 10 years ago. Like every once in a while, I just look at it. It's like a reminder. Like I was gonna stop doing this like 50 times. There's a reason why I shouldn't have. But like right now, I've got like an Novation little keyboard situation. It's like a 49 key. I got an Ableton Push 2. I got some Atom Audio near to midfield monitors, and I've got the smallest audio interface possible. It's economic and
Economical.
economical. It gets the job done.
It's about what you do with the tools, not the tools.
I
So-
use 'em.
So all right, let's get into it. I keep making the jump up joke for a reason.
Damn Damn.
Look, first of all,
Armani Rain just said the jump up is a joke. Did you hear that?
that's not what I said at all. I said I keep making the jump up joke for a reason. As a matter of fact, out of the 4 people in this chat right now, I'm the most pro jump up person here. So I don't know what the hell y'all talking about.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Jump up's fire. Like, I like jump up. I just don't like making jump up.
No, for sure. But the reason why I bring that up is because I read that UKF interview, and you actually brought up a very good point that we talk about in a roundabout way on a regular basis, but I've also expressed heavily about American producers. And you used to make jump up because that was, it was popular, and you kind of rode that until you found your own sound and you developed that. But you said in that interview how you also felt that a lot of producers fall into the habit of producing for specific labels instead of just doing their own thing, which I find at the core of a lot of what needs to push the American sound forward. So I just wanted to bring that up and elaborate off of that, because you're you're literally the first person who's agreed with me. So I want to validate that for my own personal. This is just about me. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
I'll help you out, bro. Hold on.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm gonna start with the first initial part of that, because that was long. That was a long ass question. And so I had, back then it was 2017, 2018. Yeah, absolutely. I was like, let me try to make some stuff that might put me on the map a little bit. 2017, everybody knows, was Benny L's year. That was Benny L's
Foghorn introduction.
The year of the Foghorn.
Foghorn came through, and that was the end of it. And every song since then, every other song since then, it's got that same vibe right now. I mean, it's good. Don't get me wrong. I still get down to it.
If it's good, right?
If it's good,
right? And I went down that road for a little bit. It caught the attention of Dance Concept Recordings, which is run by Benny V, who runs Souped Up with Serum. Mm-hmm. And I had a couple releases with them, and it was catching on for a little bit. I had some stuff getting featured on Drum and Bass Arena and Skank and Bass, and actually that's why Terrence will remember, because when I came to London that year for 2 weeks, and I was supposed to play a show for that label. It got canceled the day before the show. I was in Bristol in a hostel
it was
lobby. Totally just
I want to talk about that too, because I think that's the moment of Echo's transition and started happening and within that travel for sure.
Oh yeah, no, the London eras. I got the stories, the experiences
is unbelievable.
Oh yeah, but but no, I mean, it just didn't feel like me. This music was, I mean, it was good music. Clearly, it was getting received as good music, but I didn't feel it as being a true representation of me, nor did it represent the sound that I was really trying to craft. Stuff that I'm making right now has been definitely pushing me in the direction that I really want to go in. And back then, it was kind of hard to get anybody to kind of listen to the stuff I really wanted to release. So, and that's unfortunately a reoccurring trend in a lot of producers here in the States. They could make really dope, let's say, they make good liquid, or they make good minimal, or maybe they just make halftime and they love making halftime. It's their favorite thing to produce, hands down, ever. But they're not getting the proper platforms. They're not getting any type of opportunities. They'll send it around. They'll submit demos. They'll send emails. They'll do in-person networking. But it really never goes beyond just simply shaking someone's hand and then disappearing into the night. Nothing ever comes of it. So, eventually you start thinking about, well, you want to know what? It's been X amount of years. At some point, I got to get somebody to notice. So you start flipping the script a little bit and making some stuff you don't want to make. And then the problem is that some people make the things that they don't want to make and then stick with that because that's what's bringing in the checks.
Correct.
And, I've seen it happen. It's unfortunate. It really sucks because it's there's a lot of really talented producers that can make incredible music, but it's not what they're known for. And they're stuck in that situation where that's what they're known for now. And the moment that they delve outside of that, people actually like
Disappear.
openly complain and oppose it.
And that's the danger right there, because
Mm-hmm.
the counter argument I've gotten is, well, yeah, well, everybody does that. Like everybody makes a sound for a specific thing and then uses that as a platform to do. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. And I know a bunch of artists who can bounce uh, between labels or bounce between sounds. But the problem is there's a large majority who will get that sound and then chase that dragon, and then they're locked in that forever. And then like I know them personally, and I'm like, you make all this really dope shit, but you're so focused on just getting this done, no one's ever going to hear that. And then by the time you go around to be like, oh, now this is what I really do, now it's too late because you've already trained your fan base that you don't do that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
That
man.
is the hugest thing with all this that we do. It's even on a lighter scale of like you're with the label to sort of like get get your platform together or get your whole molding and shaping together, and then you finally get to a point of success where you feel like, well, let me just drop something that's really neat. Then you do it, and then you're thinking it's going to be all the praise in the world because now you get to be 100% you, and in many times it's pretty much like it catches people off guard or mixed reviews or something beyond what you thought would have happened in a sense. So I say all that to say that when you get with these labels, it's kind of like, all right, you know what? I'll try to do what you need, but understand I need to do a little bit of this along with it, or in some form of fashion. You know what I mean? And that would at least keep the door open. Because to be honest, once it's out there, people are gonna like whatever they like,
Right.
and
right.
whatever they like might be a foghorn forever. You know what I'm saying? You know, you may have to live with that. It might be hard to put the foghorn down, so to speak.
It's
So,
coming. It's getting that way. People really like those steamboat tunes
Yeah.
hmm
about it.
Do
But
do you feel
oh,
COVID or excuse me, I hate saying that. Let me reword that. Do you think the lockdown has helped you with taking the path that you've gotten back to creating the stuff you want to make?
not at all, fam.
Okay.
Yo,
Yeah.
it's been it's been crazy. I have been stuck over here like there is nothing like I've been in a writer's block for like I would probably say like 2 months, and then I got out of it for a little
yeah.
bit, and then 4 months prior to that I was in a writer's block. And I mean, it was crazy because at that time I was still I was still trying to get stuff together for the EP for the North Quarter.
Right.
So it's
Right.
like sitting here forcing yourself to get these tunes done. They want to mix down that's a little bit cleaner on this one. They need to adjust the levels for vocals on this one. You're just sitting here like I am burned out. I'm just like I'm toast at that point. And so it's been like that since the beginning of COVID. But I'm starting to get out of that a little bit. I will say that I have made some new music during it that I kind of forced myself to make that is actually getting a lot truer to like this is the type of stuff I want to make like long term. That the next EP that I'm working on,
Cool.
hopefully we'll get that all sorted. Um, but no, I mean, I don't know what's going on with people talking about like in COVID. I've been writing like a song every day. I've been like Kanye, 4 beats every day for a summer. Like I don't.
No.
I've
Yeah.
just been
Look,
like, I don't know
I
where I work a whole day job. I don't.
I
I'm not
wasn't
really able to
even.
do that.
That is a good point that also needs to be addressed, because and we talked about that before. Like I've said, and I said this before we went live. Like there are people out there who took the hit and didn't come out of it, and then there's twofold, because you didn't have the will to do it, and then there's just, man, like, yo, whatever you got to do to get by through all this is what you got to do, man. Like ain't nobody knocking you for that. You could chill out and not recover for another year and make music, and it'd probably be the best thing you've ever made because you took that time off. I was more
Precisely.
I was more saying, because even though that is a big, huge part of it, I was more saying the fact that we have a discussion on here all the time, from drum and bass to hip hop, how the listener has changed itself. So, because it's not all about festival anything anymore, because no one's going to festivals. There are people out there right now, I'm not going to name any names, who straight up said, I'm not going to make this music because there's nowhere to play it. And it's just like, well, I mean, you know, it's not just about that. You know what I mean? So I feel like How about the people who just want to listen to music? Like, you know,
Yeah, right.
God forbid. And I feel like the tunes you've been putting out fall into that category of just like, I can't wait to hear them in the club. And thank God there's a light at that end of the tunnel. But I do enjoy just listening to your drum and bass and appreciating it in my home, you know?
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. I mean, I definitely, putting together the Struggles EP was more. I didn't really want to, like, I don't know, like, that kind of ties into the whole jump up scenario as well, where it was just like, I just wanted to make bangers.
Right.
They really weren't, but like, or at least to me, they weren't because I wasn't staying true to myself. But like, even like to this day, like I'll end up. Well, obviously this like not this last year. I was not in clubs this last year, and but like right before we had quarantine, which was hardly quarantine, might I add. Because that's right, you're in ATL too, so that's.
There was never a lockdown here.
I was about to say, like, there was never what restrictions.
Yeah,
what COVID?
we locked down for
exist.
We technically never really locked down. We stopped some things for like a week and a half, 2 weeks, maybe 3, but like, not really.
Yeah, no. But anyway, for real, it's nuts. But like, I mean, every once in a while you got to have like a club centric tune. You got to have a tune that you can throw in that's hitting the subs properly. That's going to get people moving. But I knew that for my first project on the North Quarter, I did not want to have that type of project where it was like 2 or 3 of these like play at the loudest decibel on the PK system club bangers. I wanted to make something that was more of like just the best way to put it is just good music. Like I just wanted to make something that was different, but also combined a lot of different elements. Getting King Kai and Abnormal Sleeps on some tunes was like incredible because like getting King Kai on a tune was like a lot of people don't understand. It was like I made that tune specifically to have like a rapper get on it, like for someone to come through and like not even from like an MC perspective. I wanted somebody to just come through, write a bunch of bars, create the hook, create the chorus, come through, and I wanted to just give them a backdrop for them to put shit on. Yeah, like it's King Kai's song essentially.
No, I was gonna say I've listened to the tunes you have with vocals are very vocal centric. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of people who they'll make tunes and you're right. The music is the star and the vocal just happens to be the sauce, which is dope, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I feel it's good to hear you say that, so I'm not tripping and losing my mind. But when I listen to the tunes with vocals on them, they're very like the vocal is the star, and then you put sick production behind it.
Well, let me pivot just a little bit. I want you to kind of describe how the link up with the North Quarter happened, and it's especially interesting because, you're obviously on the rise and everything like that, but this, for a young artist to link up with what is arguably one of the most important labels in drum and bass in the last 5 to 10 years, and a label that is extremely, I don't want to say vocal forward, but not bashful when it comes to utilizing vocals, comes to utilizing rappers specifically. They embrace hip hop and outside the genre type things. So how did that whole thing come to be?
It was honestly, it was like a 1 in a million type situation. I had sent some music to a couple of labels, and a label manager with one of these labels had hit me up and said, hey, we like these tunes, but we can't sign them right now. Label schedule, it's not really fitting them in the sound, but it's good music. So he wanted to send it about. He wanted to send it all around to some people. I didn't know that the people that he was going to send it to, one of them would be Lensman. So I'm at work one day, plugging away. I had SoundCloud up, and I get a DM on SoundCloud from the North Quarter official page. And I see it, and he's like, hey, this is Lensman. I heard you got some tunes for me. Do you send some stuff over and let's see what you got. And I'm like, this is cap 100%. This is a fake page. I don't believe this shit at all.
I'm the same way, bro.
But then again, you kind of just like like realize like it's drum and bass. Like no one's making like spam fan pages to try to poach teams
trying to double up and triple up.
Yeah. But that's just the Jersey in me. The moment anyone has like an offer like that's like too good, I'm like, nah, this is 100% false.
What part of Jersey you from? Sorry to interrupt.
Bergen County.
Okay.
Bergen County.
That northeast tip right before you hit the George Washington Bridge.
For sure.
There's nothing special about it. Now hold on. It's all right. I don't know.
There's a Wu-Tang had a mansion out there, so I used to go there to do the radio show, so I know all about Bergen County.
Oh, that's what's up. What part did they have the mansion? It wasn't Alpine, was it?
No, it wasn't Alpine. It was like I'll take back the mansion and say that it was just like a really big house.
Gotcha.
Capadonna was in there mostly all the time.
Well, in that part of Jersey, that counts as a mansion.
Yeah.
No, you'd be surprised.
I was gonna say Jersey. You got.
I'm joking.
Yeah.
No,
I don't do Jersey slander, dog. Like you ain't gonna. There's no Jersey slander on my watch.
Do Jersey slander.
Nah, fam. Nah, fam.
I don't know. Like it's
only
it's
Jersey
right,
can
man.
diss Jersey.
Like it's all good, but damn, I was talking about Jersey and I completely forgot.
Back to North Quarter.
All right, so yeah, the offer seems too good to be true.
God damn it.
Yeah, so it seemed to be true, and yeah, I was like, all right, cool. Let me show you, which I hadn't really sent to anybody at that time. I take that back. I had sent it to Focus a year earlier. I sent it to Anthony Casper, and he liked it, and he was holding on to it for a little bit because he wanted to send it by Focus, but I never heard anything back for like a year and a half. So at that point, waiting a year and a half for a tune is just not.
It's a bit.
It did not hit. So I sent it to Lensman, and Lensman was like, "This is really good. I want to sign this right now." So like within the matter of like 24 hours, I went from like being this producer that I'm like, I'm probably gonna, maybe in another 2 years I might land a good opportunity or something like that, to like I'm signing on to like a label that I know is really difficult to get on, represents all of the music that I like, the direction that I'm trying to go, and is run by easily one of my top 5 favorite drum and bass producers ever. So it's like that was like a really interesting moment for me. But I don't know, man. It was an interesting situation.
Yeah, shout out Lensman and that whole North Quarter crew.
Oh yeah, for sure. Big shout out to all the North Quarter people.
Yeah, I mean it's just continuously pushing the envelope and not stuck in a certain thing. They're just like, man, like let's just create.
When I interviewed DRS, I think he said this in a couple of interviews I did with him. He kept on insisting that drum and bass and hip hop and those things, like they are like one and the same.
Totally.
Like he's like they're the same.
Absolutely.
They're the same. And there's a lot of people who practitioners of both who like the other and everything in between who disagree with that. But DRS is like, no, it is the same. There's very little difference. Blah blah blah. And it has been a breath of fresh air as drum and bass and dance music has become more fragmented. To see a label pushing music that is genreless, like multiple genres. So not the most recent Red Eyes album, but the one before that was like drum and bass, hip hop, drum and bass, hip hop. Like it was like this mixed bag of stuff. That Abnormal Sleeps album was fantastic, and that was not a drum and bass album. You know what I mean? So it's like, and they take creative risks, and they know exactly what they're doing. It's like seeing a label like this is inspirational because I feel like this is what a lot of other labels should be doing right now, and they just are not doing it.
I kind of feel to just say on the whole creative risk, I don't even think it's a creative risk anymore. I think it's more like, why the hell isn't this happening more than anything else? Because it's just like it's just filling in a void of something that people hear once every now and then, and it's not like it's something that just like happens. It's like a part that can happen a bit more, which is the whole thing with DR was talking about with the whole hip hop, drum and bass sort of ordeal being in the same space. But it's just really weird that little bubble hasn't. It's just like not really been filled in to, until recently now, like
It's
what we're doing.
it's perfect for
That,
Americans, man, because
right. Like that relatability is I think is the one thing that's sort of missing in a general sense across the board, like, and I think that's what's, when people start coming out more again or people start listening more, they're going to hear more relatability to all these
It,
records. I think
it's
that's something
it's not
that
just for listeners though, too. I mean, if you think about like the problems that artists have, I mean, at this point, if I want to put out music that is not drum and bass, people know me from drum and bass primarily. If I want to put out an album that's like hip hop and like just like it's driven by that, it's not driven by drum and bass, I'm gonna have a hard time finding a label to do that. And a lot of other artists are in that boat.
what
So what I'm saying is,
my
he thinks he's so
career.
clever with his what?
Because I say it every time something I've been screaming for 10 years happens. I go, what? Look,
No, absolutely. And it's like it has been. I don't understand why this has been something that's been happening for decades, where artists are limited by the venues in which they can present their music, and labels that back these artists when it comes to their drum and bass or whatever their bread and butter is, refuse to kind of play ball with them to put out the stuff that they want to put out. It's a very discouraging thing for a lot of people, and like so they're left to find very small labels or self-release now, and that's that's a dicey proposition.
it's a win lose. It's lose that somebody wouldn't step up to the plate, of course, and really help purvey an artist. At the same time, that artist doing their own sort of releases and doing their own thing, it's a different builder. It's also, maybe that drum and bass crowd, maybe a good percentage will or will not listen to it, but at the same time, you're going to grab another crowd who may not even know what drum and bass is, and it might even be less willing to come to you with the drum and bass side. But they, so like I've always tried to picture what would a hip hop drum and bass concert look like of me performing. And you probably have one side hip hop, yeah, and as soon as I go to drum and bass, they're like, yeah, that's
if MJ and
I
I
knew
have
that'd be the
anything to
case.
do, if anything, MJ and I have anything to do with it, that will become a norm down here.
yeah, and yeah, that's what we're all here trying to really put in. And I think it's fun. I think this is rock and roll and hip hop as well. You know what I mean? Like this is that what are you doing? What are you doing? But we both like the vibe. And that's going to happen. And it just needs a place and a setting, So that's my point on that.
I don't know. I don't understand why anyone would think that that particular act's audience wouldn't at least listen to it. Like if a drum and bass artist, let's say, I'm trying to think of one. Hugh Hardy put out a drum and bass album, and he had 2 hip hop tunes on there. It's not like people aren't going to listen to those. I mean, most people who listen to drum and bass at some point listen to music that at least resembles hip hop in some form or another. I think that's an excuse that a lot of labels look for. Is they think that the audience is going to be more fragmented than it is actually going to be.
Facts, especially here.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
especially
definitely.
here, facts. Because if you open up that festival and I don't care if you don't know the artist or not, if there's 10,000 people at the festival listening to new music right now after COVID, you're going to get a good percentage of people who will just want to listen. What is this? And if it sounds good, they're going to hang around. Yes, you might get the followers who I'm waiting for Bruce. Where's Bruce?
You're gonna have both. You're gonna have
Right.
things that go back to normal. You're gonna have I think there is a place that has been brought and risen to the top that is the more listening man, the more thinking man game again, and I'm all for it. I think a lot of it too it lays on the promoter. To make sure the thing about doing mixed genres before it was more about the numbers like okay well how do we do this to support this and what will work here but this won't so maybe I'll put this in to back up like instead of just saying like let's just curate the night
Just
period you know what I
fucking
mean
yeah. Let's just do it.
so
Like
I
yeah.
think I
Right.
think if we focus more on curating an experience, not that that's not what's happening. I'm just saying looking at it from a different way of curating said experience, we'll get a different result.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
you'd be surprised how many curators, promoters, and people at the top that make the decisions are the ones that end up like being kind of on the elitist train that
Woo.
vote against like the culminations and stuff. And it's weird because they'll back stuff like MCs, like Raga MCs, or like guarantee, or not guaranteed, but like actual confirmed drum and bass MCs. Like if Terrence were to come through and play a show, it's Terrence. Everybody knows Terrence. No one's gonna have a problem with Terrence. But like if let's say I went to the UK and I wanted to like bring King Kai on a show, and like everybody in Manchester knows him as being like a rapper. He does like the soulful R&B stuff with like the new wave lyricism,
right?
And just rapping. He does that stuff, and
oh no!
Either he's thinking really hard about his point, or
he was thinking he's like, thinking really hard about his
pause. Is dramatic as fuck.
Really trying to drive this point home, and that's dope.
He's about you. Watch it come right back around, y'all. 3, 2.
We're not going to count it down because that's going to make it crazy. But this is a fantastic conversation. Hopefully, we can get him back in a minute.
Yeah. But he's right. It's that melting pot of a concert that needs to happen, or a melting pot of a music station, or honestly, just give people something to listen to that's good. I don't think people would even care what it is. You know what I mean?
And look, in Miami, I remember Miami, I think it was 2004, 2004 maybe. And like Killa Kela put on a show, and everything that he did, with the exception of like about a minute and a half of like drum and bass beats with his mouth, everything else was like hip hop. And the entire room that was there for drum and bass went ballistic. So it's like, it's not like
S has been doing that since the beginning of World of Drum and Bass. Like Killa Kela was a permanent fixture in that whole thing. You know what I mean?
But I'm saying, like, drum and bass people like hip hop, and they like other stuff.
For sure.
It's like it's just
well, everywhere I travel, even when I travel with Mason, we did a half an hour hip hop set in every set, every single one, and that was when I was making terrible hip hop. Like it was like we did it every time, and it always worked.
That's the whole thing too, right? Because as you're saying that too, Monty, I'm also thinking about, I think I said this on one of Valiant's podcasts, that there was a point where Cats was on some like, well, all right, guys, we ran no course. We love you guys, but we're about to go ahead and chase this hip hop dream and make it happen.
Yeah, you're telling me that.
And it was like crickets as soon as they went this way on some like, and you don't want that to happen, because these guys, I'm sure these guys felt like they spent mad amount of time rocking these crowds, giving it to them, showcasing their talent, be it over a genre or not. And they think that a lot of these guys are willing to just be like, all right, let's take. We're going to follow you to your next transitional stage, and it always doesn't incorporate in that type of sense. Hey, what's going on, bro?
Hey, yo, that's my fault. That's my fault. My bad.
He was looking for a reason to reposition his camera, is what he was doing.
It was funny because the way you did it, it looked like you were trying to drive a point home. Like, so we were, for a second, we were like,
oh, it's coming. Here it comes.
Shit.
Yeah, no, I had, shit. I had,
to be like Domino.
No, I had unplugged my computer unknowingly in the AC block. So after about an hour 15 minutes, that shit went dark. Here I am, completely embarrassed.
No, you're fine.
Damn.
Trust.
We've had worse.
Show, we start off every show
say, like,
terrible technical.
Yeah, everything ran according to plan. So of course something had to go wrong at some point in time. But
it's like
you're
we flew
fine.
the Jeeps over to,
as a matter of fact,
tonight.
I'd like to pat ourselves on the shoulder. I think we handled that rather well, to be perfectly honest with you, because we're dope. You're welcome.
We just kept talking.
Twitch.
But all right. So, anyways, yeah, man. If you try to bring somebody new that's trying to do something different, people kind of just, have a problem with it. Like I remember when I made the big mistake, which was when they dropped the UKF video of Affirmations with King Kai. I was like, all right, this is cool. And I checked the comments, and like I'm hoping, with all of my heart, like, hey man, people are gonna be digging this. They're gonna like the vision. Like first track is like, this is absolute trash. This is bummy. Who is this guy? Like, what is happening? Like, and I'm just like in like the massive stream of just like hip hop doesn't belong in drum and bass whatsoever, ever. And then like, of course, there's like someone with like a half decent brain that's like, but what about like Raga MCs and all that? And they're like, well, I mean, that's the exception. It's like, but there's like really no difference. It's literally like the same type of representation. It's just like you don't like that someone is like rapping in a like what you consider to be a current or modern contemporary hip hop or rap format. You just want like skibbity 10,000 words a minute.
Right.
Dude, when we did Belly Man's Car Bars, and I would argue that all of us, I think it was 7 of us, 8 of us, 7, I don't know.
It was a good amount of us.
We all have different styles. We are distinct.
Right.
Our voices are different, right? And there was a bunch of dudes in there, first of all, saying you all sound the same. And then saying that like y'all sound like
we all
rapping.
sound American.
Yeah, y'all sound like you're rapping.
American.
Of course we sound like we're rapping. That's
that was
what we
one
grew
fool
up
that
on.
was
Like
trying
we
to
rap.
like,
What do you?
yeah.
Also, he was like 3 people out of
That's crazy.
80,000 is perfectly fine with me.
Right.
Absolutely.
Stop listening
No,
to
it was
YouTube
more than it was a few dozen. But what I'm saying is like it's
No,
the
it was a
silliest
bunch.
thing ever. Of course we sound like we're rapping because that's what we grew up.
That's
on,
what
you know
we're
I mean?
doing here.
Right, exactly. That's what we're doing. It sounds like you're playing drums when you play that music. Well, it's because I'm playing drums. It's like that kind of thing. You're stating the obvious. And there's lots of people that think that. And then, of course, they go and they fall over themselves to talk about how great DRS is.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Like
And
for some reason, it's just a hype train, man. It's like Dell's awesome. Like
That was
Dell,
man with a lot
YouTube
of
comments are the worst.
elite.
Are the worst place in the internet.
Right.
I've learned that. I'm learning. You know, I'm
Besides
out
like
here.
4chan and stuff like that, it's like the worst place in the internet.
I won't go that far. That's like that's where your dreams go to die. Like, like some of these like drum and bass like Reddit threads get like
Reddit. I won't even go near Reddit.
hardcore. You're just kind of sitting back, just like couldn't be me. Nah,
Yeah, I won't go. I don't even touch Reddit. Forget it.
Isn't it something though? Not to get on some MC shit, that even in the year 2021, as far as MCs doing live sets, you still get the idiot that's mad that the MC's talking over the set at a live show.
I don't care anymore whatsoever.
Yo.
As a matter of fact, I think we're more validated now than we've ever been. And every time I see those people,
right now.
every time I see those people, I laugh. Like, they still make you? Like, what are you doing?
It's nuts, man. It's like I was I think the last show that I actually went to, like the last drum and bass show I went to in like the past year and a half, was in DC. And that was it was a show by Resonate, which is run by Kalu, producer out there, and MC or Kinetics MC.
Resonate.
Yeah.
Kinetics.
With MC Kinetics, Amit, that's the homie right there. And so it was a red eye show. So I was, I already had some stuff kind of confirmed for North Quarter at that point. So they're like, let's go ahead and let's sign Echo on that show. And I come out, we go to this little club. I'm there with Julian Red Eyes. We're
10
playing
Tigers?
No. Well, that's the crazy thing. So they had actually closed 10 Tigers like a month before that happened. There's also a crazy story behind that too, but I may not be authorized. I don't have that G14
no problem.
classified. I don't have that ID yet. And so, we get to that show, and like Red Eyes is like really hyped to hear and have Amit do his emceeing over the set, because that's just Julian's a hip hop head. Like he loves.
He's a proper hip hop head.
He's like a crate digger, curator. The dude he's about that situation. So
and a really nice guy. And a really
that's
nice
right.
guy.
You emceed for him that
in
one
Atlanta.
time too in ATL, and he still can't stop talking about that. He
Bro,
loved it.
Not to derail the conversation, but like that was my first time. It was the first time we met. You know what I mean? And people were like, "Yo, you should get on the mic." And I was like, "I mean, if he's cool with it, yeah, cool, bro." We had a blast. Like, no, I said that. I always say that. I don't give. Anybody can play the Armani, whatever. And yes, I am a braggadocious, egocentric motherfucker. But one thing I will not do is assume that I'm gonna jump on your set. Maybe it's because I have war stories of when I did assume that shit and it went terribly wrong. But nah, I don't do that, bro. Like, I was like, out of respect, yeah, if he wants me to hop on. And man, we fucking murdered that. Like, he's dope. Like,
he's dope.
As a DJ. He's 6'6". Sorry. Anyway, continue on.
Yeah, no,
there you go. Yeah.
No. Shouts to Julian, man. He kills it every time. And and so for some reason, the person who ran this little club that we were playing at, I guess did not know that there was going to be an MC. So here comes Ahmed, and he's already putting flames on this microphone, right? Everyone's having a good time, they're vibing, and then here comes the owner and like takes the mic away, and it's like, we can't have you do this, can't happen, it's not gonna work. And like, you know, everybody's a rebel, so you know, Ahmed's like, okay, yeah, no problem. And like 25 minutes later, he gets back on because we're just like, yeah, like no one cares about that dude right now, so just get back on the mic. It's no problem. It just got to the point where it was like this constant battle of like fighting with his owner, like, why do you have such a big problem with MCs right now? And it's like it could be that he didn't like drum and bass MCs. It could be that he didn't like rap. I don't remember the particular specifics of like the arguments that went through, but it was just very clear that person just had zero love for MCs on the set. And like,
that's crazy. And
then afterwards,
like,
that dude was getting like semi like verbally abusive afterwards too. Like shit was crazy. Like Ahmed and everybody there was like, this is out of pocket. I don't know what's happening. So yeah, man, there's just this mentality that like maybe not so much. I don't know. Like I feel like overseas is like a little bit easier.
Night and day.
But
they still get shit. But
it's
nowhere
a different
like
energy out there.
not just that too. The MCs over there have pretty much established their own thing now, so they could technically walk. They throw their own parties, like, you know what I'm saying. Like it is what it is. It's a little different over there, but over here, we're just now starting to get, because I feel like we've all starting to speak more and give accountability. Because look, at the end of the day, I don't like shitty MCs either.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Everybody's got a shitty MC story, man.
Yeah, like it happens.
Like, I don't want to. I'm not gonna name names. I'm not gonna do.
No, you should name names.
That,
you have the floor. It's fine.
But nah, nah, man.
Here, I'll pause the stream real quick.
I had I had gone to a show in New York City.
Damn.
No, hey, listen, man. I know that's your home base. You're cool.
See,
I never have an issue with everything you do. It's always fire when you.
There goes Valiant.
Like, Valiant said I gotta
he leaves once a show. I'm starting to think he's doing it on purpose now. I don't even think he's going anywhere. I think he just cuts the camera off. Anyway,
he pressed the mute button.
Yeah, normally just leaves the chair like.
This dude had hopped on the mic, and I think it was like an open mic situation where they were like, you know, hey, the DJ
flex a little bit, right?
You. Right, and so we come through, and you know, here comes this dude, and Frank Carter III was there. He was in the seat. It was the first time I had ever like actually met a vocalist of that caliber. So I like shit my pants on the spot in this bar, and was just like, wow, man, this is incredible. But shouts out to Frank, man.
Yeah, shouts to Frank.
Big up.
And I remember this other MC came on and was like, he had like a hot dog suit on.
Oh,
like
Lord, I see. Oh.
See? We connect. God. You know who I'm talking about.
Oh, come on.
I think everyone does now.
Man, listen. I don't listen. Obviously, you do. Everyone's got their thing, but like he would not stop about rap, like emceeing about hot dogs this whole time while wearing a hot dog t-shirt. I'm sure he's a great guy.
Easy, bro.
I'm sure he's cool. Yeah. I'm sure he's cool. We're getting messy. But like at the same time, awareness is caring.
It's good. Yo, New York got to take an L tonight because of this. Come on, y'all.
Oh,
awareness is caring.
I like that.
It must
that should
stop.
be a t-shirt right there.
He said he had a hot dog suit on. That was good after that.
Probably a real beautiful soul, but don't ever do that again.
Yeah, man. I don't. Yeah, and they kept like unplugging the shit, and like the DJs was just like, "I'm gonna just like get in your face if you don't stop." Like,
oh god.
And he did. He yielded, and that's all that matters. He recognized. he recognized the situation and moved on amicably. The night was great. Yeah. I haven't seen the dude since. Yeah. I mean, that's for geographical reasons because I don't live in New York City. But
my tears.
Still.
Wait, was everyone in costume or just him?
Nah, it's just this dude, man.
Alright.
That is a valid question.
I feel like I
Roll
need
up,
to
man.
know.
We're gonna just call him MC Hot Dog and let's leave it
Yeah.
at that.
Yo,
HD.
straight up.
CHD.
HD.
Killing it.
Oh Lord,
Ras.
what's going on?
I don't know.
Embarrassing.
I don't know.
Is there any other states you travel to with any other hot dog MCs laying around?
There's got to be some
Pause?
of them, dude. There seems to nah, man. There's like this thing out here where like everyone kind of likes to do like the like just kind of like dress up and do the theme based rave type stuff, but like at like a bar, like on a Monday. Yo, I'm telling you. All right, so like when I first started taking DJ sets, when I first really started DJing, I started out in this small, like this coastal town in North Carolina. It was awesome. Like I loved playing it. There were a couple of gigs. I say a couple. No, there were a lot of gigs that like I was playing to the bartender only. Because I just roll in there and like it would be promoted, but there's nothing I could do. It's a beach town. It's a college town. No one cares about drum and bass except me and like 3 other dudes
who might know about drum and bass.
yeah, and like and like I don't. It's weird, man, because it's like the South, and like you're like, oh, yeah, we'll link up, and you're like, nah. It's just one of those things where like you end up playing these like empty gigs and stuff. But I remember sometimes I would get booked for like the burner crowd raves, and they were fun. They were like really cool to go to, like experience wise. I'm not really down with like that living sort of or just like
that's like the absolute ravers of North Carolina, I guess.
Yeah, I've always been more like let me go to the club and I'm out afterwards and that's it. Like I don't have to worry about tents
Valiant.
tents.
Like high dust content.
Yes,
oh, God.
yes.
And those are the best.
Like,
y'all bugging.
Dust content of this particular gig is getting me down.
Not only do I love those shows, but I love when things go wrong, like Rain. They turn out to be they turn out, and I'm not being y'all think I'm joking. I'm not being sarcastic. Those turn out to be like the most epic shits. Whatever. Go ahead. Anyway,
I'm glad someone does, man.
Yeah, man, I love it all.
Couldn't be me.
I don't give a fuck. As long as it's not cold, I'm straight.
Oh Lord,
if it's cold, I'm mad as shit.
But like, man, like you'd show up and like you'd show, and I remember like because drum and bass was just not popular, so like I play like the opening set for the night, and so it would come through, or like maybe like I play like the second set of the night, and like some dude like a tiger suit will come through, and you're like, that's like I don't know why that's here, it's just like crazy like out of context suits on, just like, and everybody else is in like regular casual clothing, but here's this dude in like a Ninja Turtle costume, and it's like not Halloween, it's just Tuesday. And you're like, Lord. You're just like, hey man, if that's how you get down, that's how you rock. Have fun,
you know what I'm saying?
Right?
Man's got a dream and he's driving it.
My man got out of bed this morning and put that on. He didn't wear that to the club either. He wears that shit.
Yeah, right. Wore it to Whole Foods and everything. Yeah, like, he's ready. But for like from a DJ like perspective, it's a small like inconvenience where I'm trying to mix and out of the corner of my eye I catch Donatello and I'm like, this is distracting. No, I can't.
Okay, so imagine being an MC and having somebody shout their lyrics at you while you are mid-flow.
God, I don't want to talk about that. That actually that's a triggering memory right there.
Wait, so someone is shouting your lyrics to you.
They are emceeing to the music themselves very loudly at you, so you can hear why you are mid-flow because they think.
Not only that, but the tone in your voice implies, Echo, that something like this has only happened once or twice to us. This is like years of like many times of MCs that just come up like, yo, let me get on the mic, like, yo, chill, or I know you, and I'm like, well, we're not. We're kind of.
Or those guys that come up and actually start to grab for it,
and they'll just be like, "Something in the panic," and I'm like, fam, I'm in the middle of something.
What
right
about all
now.
the spread?
I had an MC one time. I had an MC while I was rapping. Yo, let me get on the mic. And I'm like, cool. Yo, let me get on the mic. What, you scared? And I'm like, what? It's not even. Wow. This isn't even that type of situation. Like,
making threats now? Damn.
I literally stopped him like, fam, if you want to battle, we could totally do this after the club. I'm kind of in the middle of something right now. Like,
That's crazy. I haven't
scared?
seen anything like that happen, honestly. I've never. It's kind of
my
crazy.
favorite part is still when they actually start to, like a cat. You know, like when you're eating dinner and a cat will kind of paw your hand, and they kind of slowly move their hand up to the microphone. And they're kind of like, yeah, okay.
Or just stand awkwardly close. They stand awkwardly close to you for like an hour.
See, I haven't seen that. But I have seen like a dude like take Terrence's hat in Swindon. That was funny. That was kind of funny.
All right.
Bro, that was
going
sorry.
into London.
I know.
Going into London.
Bro,
all right, let's hear this. Let's hear this London story. I want to play some music, but we've also had people in the chat.
We should play music first, and then
come to the London story. All right, let's play some music. Did you send anything? I'm joking. I'm totally joking. You're such a dick. Let's get into this. Do you have a preference, or can I just pick some?
Oh, you talking to me?
Yes, sir.
Guest.
Hey, whatever you.
Cool.
You think
We were speaking about vocalists, and you actually spoke about this tune. So Affirmations. It's a really, really good tune. Well, they're all good. So there's that.
Yeah,
but
I think I played most of the EP on the radio so far.
Yeah. So you're like almost a month in now, right?
As of February 12th.
Yeah, so tomorrow
we're pushing through.
Gang. All right, so we're gonna play this one. This is Echo Brown of Affirmations featuring Kinkai and Roti And Poutine every Thursday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 Pacific. Emojis in the chat.
That track always dips right when the track starts.
You have no right to talk. None.
There's only one dip so far this episode.
Yeah, but you leave like mid-convo. Anyway, music.
Feel the sunlight in my face. Keep shining. Keep shining. Keep shining. Up and away. Keep rising. Keep rising.
This is my dream of flow. I conceive moments from the blackness of my comatose. Sun-kissed skin's not a sin, but a hollow dome is. If you win, is a trim or a pot of gold. Walking where the rain bows over homes. They prey on my shade and all we got is hope. Getting brainwashed over hoes. Nose to nose like them Yori when I'm on the road. We be in the land where we got beasts. Should've been in motherlands overseas. These type of filled dams, they are not the beach. I get it somehow, house on the beach. My family had a plan, but ain't got the feet. Cause I gotta be the man, all I got is me. Sorry for no apologies. I'm trying to be a winner from a wannabe.
Sunlight in my face. Keep shining. Keep shining. Keep shining. Up and away. Keep rising. Keep rising.
Emojis in the chat. Roti And Poutine every Thursday, 10 p.m. Track the Value, myself, MC Armani Rain. Special guest tonight to Echo Brown. This one's called Affirmations featuring Kinkai.
Sunrise in my own mind. Third eye vision now I won't blind. Today I got faith in my own sky. Feeling good, feeling great, doing so fine. Cold nights, the snow cries. Low heights in my own mind. Today I got faith in my own sky. Feeling good, feeling great, doing so fine. The sunrise in my own mind. Third eye vision now I won't blind. Today I got faith in my own sky. Feeling good, feeling great, doing so fine. Cold nights, the snow cries. Low heights in my own mind. Today I got faith. Yeah, today I got faith.
Thanks for the cheers in the chat. Roti And Poutine every Thursday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7% Pacific, 5 a.m. in the UK. We are here once again with a special guest, Echo Brown. This one's called Affirmations, starring Kinkai. The track, the Valiant, myself, MC Amani Rain. Shout out the whole rap team, Sugar Brad MJ. Missivated in the intro. Hashtag RAPteam. Make sure you put that out there. Follow the Facebook page. Hit us up.
Feel the sunlight in my face. Keep shining, keep shining, keep shining.
Also, shouts to Golden Child for the extra promo.
And away. Keep rising, keep rising. Yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa. Sunrise in my own mind. For vision now I won't blind. Today I got faith in my own sky. Feeling good, feeling great, doing so fine. Cold nights, the snow cries.
Big love to the chat room,
in
y'all.
my own mind. Today I got faith. Yeah, today I got faith. Feeling good. Feeling good.
Beautiful, 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 beautiful tune.
Yeah.
Shaw. Shaw, Brian the Fools.
Shaw. You know what's funny? And I've only noticed this since we started doing this pod. Everyone that I've ever talked to since then about Brian G talks about him in his voice. Every single person. Not just people in his I'm literally like people from across seas over here. Anyone who brings up Brian's name talks to me in this way. Yeah, I was talking to Brian the other day and he was like, yeah, man, yeah. Like, why does everyone do that? Anyway, it's funny. Love you, Brian.
Yeah, love you, Brian. Yeah, man. So once upon a time, I was in Finsbury Park.
Don't.
You know,
He has the worst English.
Hospitality at the park.
Worst.
And along comes a young fellow, but who happens to know Sophie, and turns out it was Echo B, of course. And I could say at the time you came at a proper time between me and Sophie, as me and Sophie was on some building and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know exactly what happened, but I do remember you going, "Yo, so you think I could come?"
What?
And I'm like, "Yo, don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it, Brian. I'll make it all right. Don't worry about it. Don't even, so Brian, I got my man Echo here. You good? Yeah. All right. Say no more." Got in the car. It's me, Brian G. Shouts to Uno and myself.
Yeah, no doubt.
What is it? A two-hour ride to Swindon from where we were, maybe?
Yeah.
And I think at the time, I know that me and you weren't ready for whatever was about to turn out to be.
Oh man.
Right? It was Donovan. Shouts to Donovan Bad Boy Smith. It's his town, of course. And we just see what's going on. And you walk in, of course, and we walking in, of course, like we big boys, and you could feel it, and then we get to where we're about to rock, and Randall's on the decks, and you could probably take 2 steps, and that's it in the space.
That was it.
That was
no movement.
No movement. Shout out to my man Blue Jay. Blue Jay's a homie, of course, and he seemed to fit in right well. And I could tell you at one point, I would say that Kobe was concerned, Uno was concerned, and I damn sure was concerned.
Yeah.
Because I honestly had never seen that energy in ages for drum and bass. So it was like, even the girls were raunchy and riled in there. They were knocking people over with drinks, and it was literally no room in space. So the funny part to the whole story really is when we finally got on, right? And we was killing it, of course. Like, as I'm rocking, I'm looking over to the left, and I swear to God, you can look at Uno and Echo, and they're like, "Yo, the first dude to touch track, we just rocking them."
Accurate.
But it felt like that in there. It felt like we were like a trip away from something.
You
Up and off.
one wrong shot of vodka.
Yeah,
Yeah, everybody was like all over Terrence, man. Like, cause it
it
was
was
like,
madness.
and it was like a 3-story because they had the club downstairs. You walked
Right.
up to the second floor, and it was like its own dance floor because they had like techno or something going down.
Right.
In the lobby.
We built the techno space from what we was told that night as well. So
It was like you walk up. Like I don't. First off, I'm not used to that. Like I'm just here. You know, we get like maybe. I remember when Dillinger came through. Not last year, but the year before that. It was like a massive show, but like a massive show in North Carolina is like 50 people. So you're like,
right.
this is gonna be nothing, and I know everybody. And so, you know, I go there, and I had already gone to Soul in Motion like a couple nights before.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, that's where we initially met up at. Was at Soul Motion with Samorphix was there.
Yeah, that happened after.
That happened afterwards.
Yeah. Because
Okay,
I had the first Soul. I went to Soul in Motion twice. I went to the one at the
Oh.
Pickle Factory.
Oh, I missed that
Hackney.
one.
That's
Yeah.
also an experience because I did not know that after 12 midnight everything shuts down. You can't catch a cab, or
That's
no,
right.
you can catch a cab, but like you got to be in the right area. You can't hop on the tube, and all the buses are going away from downtown. So I walked like for an hour and a half through Hackney at like 3:00 in the morning, and like phone is dead. I had no communication.
It's like the worst
Oh,
possible.
I remember the phone
Bro.
dying. I remember you was saying about the phone was dead or something like that. But yeah, I didn't realize. Wow.
Starting like I had to bring my legs up a little bit just in case I had to be out. Like I just didn't know. But like then again, it was also dope, man, because that was a dope experience. But like yeah, so all I remember about the Swindon venue is that I walked in and like my anxiety went up immediately. I was just like, there's too many people in here. I'm not used to it, and it's a completely different type of like culture too. So like, you know, here in the States, people are just like, you know, we're hanging out, everyone is smiling, being nice, like, oh yeah, this is my shit. But like in the UK, they're like throwing the middle finger at each other. So people are like on the top row, like on the balcony, just like throwing the finger up, and I'm like, Ed, who? Not me. Like what? And like everywhere, and everyone's just like throwing it back, and I'm like, okay, I realize
The East Coast got no love for Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre.
Bro.
Yeah, I'm just getting like highly vigilant now. Just like,
Yo, I can honestly say that I was just expecting something to pop, but then I don't know what it was. Then when you just realize, because for me, all right, Monty, you know, you see a raunchy crowd before you walk in.
Oh, fam, stop!
The
You do
first thing-
you do the whole
Right.
Denzel Equalizer thing, like
Yep.
slows down. Like, all right, so if that dude attacks me here, I need to then
Right.
grab that bottle and make. All right, cool, let's go. It's like,
And we was in there. I'm over here trying to like, cause we're like cold, you know, as an MC also, I'm like cold. These dudes seem to be in full thrust, and I'm walking in cold. Like, all right, so how am I gonna match this energy? Like, how are we gonna do it? And it was just like climb. Before you know it, it was a smash out. But the smash out was just at a level that it felt. You didn't know people could drink that much, number one. You didn't know people could have that kind of energy, number two. And literally, I'm catching elbows from a girl who's almost elbowing me in my face because she's all into the music, not because she's being.
oh no, totally. There's been times I've stepped in clubs over there and be like, are you having a good time or I can't really tell. Like, are we good or are we not good? Like, good.
So hey, I want to ask, Colby, you are known around the world, aside from putting out good music, for also looking miserable on Instagram after a workout.
Wow.
Okay, so like you do this thing where you're just like,
man, listen.
do tell what's up.
Yeah, first things first. Damn, that hurts. But also,
It looks like it hurts.
Yeah, it does, man. Like, yeah, I like to take my physical health pretty seriously. Did not for most of my life up until like maybe 8 years ago. So it's something that I take very seriously. it's always weird. Like if I have to go out of town for shows, or like when I was in London, I didn't work out for 2 weeks. I felt like a completely different person, like not in a good way, which was nice because I had London to kind of just equalize everything. But like here, like if I miss like workouts, like more than like twice in a week, like I start like rethinking, start reevaluating my whole life. Well, since I didn't do 2 workouts, I'm probably just gonna stop producing music or something like that. Like I should probably just stop, man. You already know how it is. Nothing. Get that application, the Whole Foods. Start work. There's
I've
nothing
seen
wrong
your
with
sweaty
Whole
face
Foods.
on Instagram stories more than any other person I think I've ever seen. And by the way, kudos to your tenacity, because I it's something I admire, and it's physical health is something I have too long neglected. I will say I've noticed that when people are dedicated to their health, to workout regimen and stuff like that, it seems like the rest of their life seems to kind of fall into place alongside with it. It seems like it's one of those grounding sort of parts of their lives that everything else is like sort of staked to, a lot like the stakes for a tent. You know what I mean? And so I'm wondering, like with you, how do you approach your day? Do you get up at a certain, like earlier than most people? Like what kind of, what's your diet like? Give us a little bit of.
Yeah. So I don't know. It changes. COVID's been definitely a demotivator for sure, because you know, I'll be talking about like I'm gonna wake up like 5 a.m. like all the CEOs do, and I'm at 10:30 hits, and I'm like, let me just go clock into work. Let me just go do this shit real quick. And yeah, I don't know. Like I try to wake up at like 7 or 8 and like get some water in me, do some stretching, and then hit a workout for like an hour and a half, and then after that, pretty much anything is fair game until I clock in at work. To which I work like 9 to 10 hours sometimes. I don't know. It's crazy, man. And then trying to fit music into it is a super complicated mess, because on the weekends, you know, after working like 40 plus hour work weeks, the last thing you want to do is be in front of
the computer.
W, because at that point it doesn't feel like a hobby. It just feels like an obligation. And especially if you got expectations for, like, you know, you want to put out more music, you got labels calling, whatever it may be, like you kind of just like, you just kind of got to jump right into it.
Is there
like a job?
Is there a certain career that you're going towards outside of music, or are you just kind of working to support your music, basically?
Right now, I'm working to support music. Like I used to want to do. Honestly, I think that like I've always wanted to be in music. There was like a moment for a really long time ago. I say really long time. It's like 2009 or something. That's not that long ago. But like I wanted to get into like journalism, but for like media and stuff like that. But like I knew that I wouldn't last a week, because I don't like writing long dissertations like that. I think it just looked cool, and I was like, yeah. But like once music kind of caught on, I really got into it, and I think now even more so than production and sound design, I'm like really fascinated with engineering, like sound engineering, like getting into an actual.
My God, you're around the right people, must I add, about engineering, must I add.
Yeah, man.
Plus, that's where there's money too to be made, because you can be doing stuff for other people that need the help. And
I was gonna go what, but then you were just gonna make fun of me, so just forget it.
But no, I mean, at the same time, like I would like to, you know, take the musicianship in terms of being an artist, you know, full time, primarily now. I think having the skill sets of an engineer definitely helps, but like just establishing myself as being able to do music full time is like, it's the goal right now, because like right now I'm getting like yelled at by like some like 30 to 40-year-old person that's just.
Have you tried turning it off and turning it on again?
Surprisingly enough, we don't get like the dumbass questions like that, but it's always some stuff like, can you, like, it says on your screen to wait 24 hours and it will work. You've waited 20 minutes. which point did you think that was gonna work in your favor? And then like you gotta like not come off as being a dick, but that's not easy for me because I want to like I don't know, man. There's just something about pretty much the bat like Dark Knight voice of just I don't know, but like it's just I've done it for like 6 years. I've done this customer service thing for like 6 or 7 years.
You were a better person than I am, man. I have gone on break from those jobs and not come back. So
facts,
like multiple, like 4 different ones. I went on break and I didn't come back.
Bro.
Like, it's
like, hey fam, what you doing? Like, ain't you at work? Like, I'm on break. How long you on break? I don't know if I'm going back, to be honest with you. Yeah.
But yeah, so music full time, you know, at this point at whatever capacity, you know, like I have a side project that, you know, I kind of focus on in terms of like hip hop production and more like experimental stuff that I would like to take on an independent. Yeah, Armani, we should talk at some point. Terrence too, man.
The talk's already it's on cam now.
I already sent the leaf though. So
the Roti And Poutine EP awaits, my friend.
It's got a nice sound to it too, man.
It does. Yo.
Start making, but you got to make like the album art's got to be like some of these new Benny the Butcher EPs where it's like clearly photoshops of like a lion on top. Like, have you seen some of that? Like,
dude, their art is fucking insane.
We could use like a roti lion. Yeah, we could use a roti lion.
You want to make everything out of food.
And the poutine could be like grass, with
just like burnt into the roti. I do have a question. Do you choose your artwork?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how I would ever be able to release something.
Your artwork's interesting. It's very interesting. It's very it's consistent as well. Can you talk about that a little more? What is your inspiration behind that? Because I thoroughly enjoy it.
Yeah, so I like abstract shit. That's the best way to put it. Like I like abstract art, and I knew that for a lot of the album art that I have concepts in my head for it. And thankfully, you know, the North Quarter Lensman's like, if you have ideas for the album art, like send stuff through. If you want to, you know, I actually made a concept of what I wanted the album art to be initially. Like, and then I sent it to him, and then he was like, I think we can work with this. And then he sent that off to his people who did the visual creativity stuff for the North Quarter. And then they took it and they made like this really dope thing with the the grays and the reds, and I really enjoyed it. And through the other EPs, it's interesting. So like for the Patrol the Skies EP that I had a couple years ago, my roommate
Shouts to the Burner Brothers up in here.
Don't shout them out. They're fine.
They was waiting for this moment.
Is he gonna say us?
Stop. We love them. That's family. That's the only reason why we love shit. Shout out Burner Brothers crew.
One for the road, y'all.
One for the road. Go get it. It's out right now.
Yeah. That I gotta stop talking shit about New Jersey too, because they're Jersey people too.
Jersey closet Jersey people. Rip it, damn it. Wear it like a badge. Anyway, go ahead.
What were you saying about the Patrol the Skies EP?
Yeah. So the Patrol the Skies EP, my roommate did that. My roommate John. He used to run a label out here for drum and bass like years ago. He's like a really dope DJ too. But like by trade, he's a graphic designer. He's been doing graphic design for like 15 years. So, I remember I ran it by. Actually, I'm pretty sure Al and CT know him as well. At least maybe not in person, but I know that they've maybe consulted with each other for other stuff and previously. I hit him up and was just like, I know you can do something dope for this EP. This is what I have ideas for, and I like different types of textured elements and backgrounds and stuff like that. I'm not really the type of person to have like just like I definitely don't like the photography based stuff where like it's just a picture of me smiling and then a whole bunch of effects, because I've been seeing a little bit of that and I've been like, nah, I'm good.
You can see it's a conscious effort that you stay away from that as much as possible. Like,
I also try to make sure that it matches the theme of the EP as well. So Melted Edges, I knew that I wanted like a circle with like these like just melted edges on this circle with like this red and gray and orange type situation. And then later on Dance Concept, same situation. Had my roommate do the artwork for the Leviathan EP, which is a little different.
Leviathan was dope.
Yeah,
You like that? Yeah.
He's like, artwork was great. Artwork was great. Artwork was fantastic. The EP, they had a couple good tunes. I know the that one tune that I had on there that was getting. I know Brian G had put it in. Like honestly, that's how much I kind of sort of forgot about it. Is I don't remember the name of the track. That's a little embarrassing. But the thing she says, that's the one. That kind of got a little traction there. But yeah, I guess the best way to put it is like I mess around with certain concepts, and I like to get like some type of like at least like a like just an idea down visually first, and then I will send it off and see like what can you do with this.
Yeah.
And then so far, people have just been knocking it out of the park. It's been fantastic.
It's been good, man. Stuff, you know. Obviously, the visual aspect is the first thing you see. That was going to be a stupid comment for me to say, but it is something I have noticed and taken note to when I ran through your stuff. I was like, man, he's got a really like definitive style going on here and consistent, and I appreciate it as an artist.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Man. Big things.
Glad you like it.
Yeah, man, it's dope. How about we play another tune?
How about we play another? Where we going on this one?
It's funny because like we played Affirmations First, which is the first tune, and I really, 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 really like So Good.
It's so good, man. Do you think
it's so good?
I like it a lot.
Any background on So Good for us to know about? Or
this? Just be like, yeah, I made this dope.
I mean, I'm not gonna put myself on a pedestal like that, but like honestly, yeah, it was just like just had an idea for the track, came through. Sometimes you just
catch it.
Sometimes you have a concept for a tune, there's like a good inspiration or influence for it, and other times you're just in Ableton or whatever DAW that you're in, and you're just like, oh, this is hitting differently. Let me just finish it before I forget about it, and this project stays like halfway done for like 4 years.
Right.
So
yeah, man, I was vibing to this for a while today, man. This is very, very few times I put things on repeat and just let it run. But here it goes, ladies and gentlemen. Roti and Poutine, we are here every single Thursday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 Pacific, 5 a.m. over in the UK. Thank you for being here. The RAPteam, Armani Rain, Track the Valiant. We're here with a very special guest, Echo Brown. This one is off the brand new EP. It's called So Good, and it's called that for a reason. Big up.
I'm really hoping it's going to be so good.
So good, you would. So good, you would. Understood. So good.
Emojis in the chat.
I guess I never thought you would. Oh, I wish that I had understood. Darling, we could never be so good. Understood.
Baseline's different, bro. Roti and Poutine every Thursday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We right here. Special guest Echo Brown. This one's called So Good.
Darling, we can never be
Emojis in the chat. Emojis in the chat. How y'all feeling tonight? Roti and Poutine. Sheesh. Roti and Poutine every Thursday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Pacific. You are listening to So Good from our special guest, the Echo Brown. Released on North Quarter. If you haven't copped it, you need to go do that. Follow the man.
Oh, God.
Beautiful tunes.
Got me wishing we was literally back out there, y'all.
It's outside, right? We're getting there. Light at the end of the tunnel and such. So good, so good, so good. That's the name of the tune. Go pick it up, ladies and gentlemen.
Stateside, stand up. Did it. Echo Brown is in the building.
Oh, man.
My voice went a little high right there.
Yeah, it was very.
What kind of music, Colby, do you kind of listen to get inspired? That's like not drum and bass. I'm assuming that I assume everyone's like me, but like I try to avoid a lot of drum and bass, and I'm trying to write for drum and bass, if that makes any sense. So I don't know how you are, but is there what kind of music kind of gives you inspiration that is outside the realms that you tend to make?
Honestly, I'm kind of like sort of the opposite. I listen to a lot of drum and bass because I listen to drum and bass like even when I'm not inspired. It's just like or even if I am totally inspired, I still listen to drum and bass on a regular basis anyways. I'm just at the end of the day, I'm a D&B head, so it gets played at some point. But like if I'm trying to get into a creative zone that is incorporating elements outside of drum and bass, I like to listen to more of like this, like the neo contemporary like jazz instrumental stuff that you kind of hear these days. I really really like Bad Not Good.
Absolutely an amazing band.
Amazing band. I like the Budos band. I listen to a lot of Adrian Yonge. Everything that he makes is fantastic.
Adrian is amazing. Like, let's not even play around.
His level of instrumentation, just as an individual, is unmatched, and I just have tremendous respect for someone with that level of musicianship. He just had an album come out recently that's fantastic, so good, and I listen to a lot of that, a lot of music, stuff like that. I like to go back a little bit to almost like the neo-funk era back in the 70s, in the 60s a little bit, maybe the early 80s. I like to listen to like Dexter Wansel.
Old soul, man.
Huh?
You've got an old soul, man.
A little bit, man. I mean, I grew up on, the Motown and like funk classics and stuff, so...
Got some Steve Arrington in him, probably.
Maybe, just, listening to... like the Dramatics, the Manhattans.
Manhattans. All right, so now you're going a whole nother level.
Yeah, right.
Educating out here. Definitely the Delphonics. But then you've got the obvious. You got like the Temptations,
of course.
All that great stuff. But if when I listen to like modern stuff, I don't know, man. It could be anything these days. Like I might, like some of these days, I might listen to. I don't know. When it comes to like hip hop and rap, like it varies. Like every once in a while, like if I really need to get hyped up for anything, not just drum and bass. Like, I'm gonna get shit on for this.
I can't wait.
But a 6ix9ine song might come up.
Oh,
I hate 6ix9ine.
right.
I can't stand
All
Tekashi.
right, ladies and gentlemen.
But
So
every
hold on,
once in a while,
just
let's end the
everybody,
chat. Just end
that
it.
was good.
All of
So
a
y'all have a
sudden-
good night. Take care of yourselves.
No,
End each
no.
other.
Hey, whoa, follow
Next
me,
week.
follow me.
Hold
Stay
on.
with me.
All right. We'll come back.
I can't stand Tekashi 6ix9ine. There's just the energy to it. Like if I need to get angry
get it.
in the gym,
Shout out for
like,
the sub, so thank you. Go ahead.
someone comes through, tries to tap me on the shoulder. It's just like, obviously pre-COVID, because we don't do that now, because gyms are a myth.
Tap
They
me
don't
on the
exist.
shoulder is a problem.
They barely live.
Right. Tap me in the shoulder and just be like, "Hey, you still working?" And I just hit them with that left elbow. Tekashi's there, right there with me when I need to do that. But like, no, I've been listening to, in terms of rap, I'm listening to a lot of like Saba, listen to a lot of Buddy, Anderson .Paak. I bust out Kendrick every once in a while.
Saba. That makes Sour Posix happy. He listens to Saba like crazy.
Yeah, man, I love Saba.
Hey man, just replace 6ix9ine with like Lil Baby or something, and we good.
I'll say Roddy Rich, because the box is a vibe. I won't lie, man.
Yeah.
The box is a vibe. I don't know what the fuck he's saying, but the box is a vibe. Because like, you gotta
Lil Baby's
understand,
got bars, bro. Like, yo.
At the end of the day, yeah, he's from Charlotte too, so like I kind of have to show recognition because I live in NC as well.
For sure.
Right.
But I don't know. At the end of the day, I'm a producer, so when I listen to a lot of these beats, like I want to listen to the bars, but if the beat's hot, like I have no choice but to put more like audible emphasis on that.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of his influences too. Back before we hated his guts. You know what I mean? When I was on the like, who is this dude and why is everyone paying attention? Should I really be hating him, or am I hating him because the rest of the world's hating him? And when you heard his story before we found out the real story, his musical influence was very old school hip hop influence. So like his beats, it made sense. You know what I mean? Like I get that. When he said in that interview that one of his greatest influences was DMX, that changed my whole sphere of how I looked at 6ix9ine. You know what I'm saying? But then he turned out to be who he is and whatever. We ain't gonna
The dude's super snake status, man. Like
Yeah,
he sucks.
like-
That dude's horrible. But like, I can't help that every once in a while when like I'm like on the road and no one is driving like the way that they're supposed to, and I need to get through this traffic extra fast without getting arrested. Tekashi might come on, but then again, that's like probable cause to like pull me over at that point. It's like, what's the charge? Just busting Tekashi 6ix9ine on the speaker, like.
Yeah, it's definitely something you want to turn down.
Over now.
Yeah, you want to turn that down when the lights come on for sure.
Yeah. Windows come up and everything. But it varies, man. And then like I have a rock background too. So I listen to a lot of classic rock every once in a while.
Who's on your classic rock list?
Fuck, man,
This is going to be divisive here.
Everyone from Led Zeppelin to if we go, I mean, it depends the era too, because Zepp's like 60s and 70s. I'm a massive Rush fan.
Okay.
Love Rush. Geddy Lee.
Pretty far from the Canadian border to be so into Rush.
So here's one I said earlier, like this is the bloodline and yada yada yada, right? And you were like, oh, it's not a big deal, and we're gonna tell you as some old heads, like it's a big deal, yo. Like normal people don't float to the names you're floating to without having some kind of something in your blood. Like let's just keep it a buck.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I do have that. I had that opportunity growing up of being exposed to a lot of these.
Yeah.
These groups and these bands, and I'm fortunate that I had enough in terms of like music culture to kind of just grow up and be immersed in that. Mm-hmm. But then again, I also don't think that it's too indifferent from what a lot of other musicians or producers who come up with parents that didn't have a musical background. Some of the like most musically acclimated people I know are people that had families that like were like straight up we only listen to gospel music and that's it. And
Very
it's
true.
like,
Very true.
and
Right.
so, or just like listening to, I have friends that are like well versed in all types of music, but they grew up with their family only listening to like country music or whatever it may be. And you're kind of just sitting there
Fair
like,
enough.
at some point you had a struggle and you were like, I can't listen to this shit anymore. So let me do it. And I guess I had the opposite of that. I guess that's where the advantage is that I was introduced to good music when I was growing up and I was able to further expand on that.
Yeah, I thank goodness constantly that my parents had such an eclectic record collection, because I listened to so much music that would be considered weird by people I went to school with when I was a kid. But it was just, I used to listen to it even after I went to bed. My parents would stay up late and listen to records and drink or whatever. And like I'd listen to it in bed. And I remember they had this one record by Paul Horn, and Paul Horn was a flautist. And he had a record that he recorded in the Taj Mahal. It was him and on the flute and one Indian singer and the Taj Mahal. And it was scary. Like the record scared the shit out of me when I was a kid. But I learned to like, I don't know, I used to listen to it. And then when they put it on, I used to listen really closely. Like, it was such an interesting record sonically. And they had all sorts of things like that I find myself going back to constantly now as an adult. So I'm really thankful for that. I'm thankful I didn't have to struggle to find music to relate to or music to discover.
Nice.
Yeah, it's definitely a step up, but I don't know. I'm also kind of like super happy that I was able to kind of branch off and find my own avenues of music too, because those are avenues of music that like no one in my family cares about. They're always like, "Hey, I'm proud that you released this music. That's great," but like like they're not banging that in the car. They're not like, "Yo, this new drum and bass shit is fire." It's like, nah, they wouldn't call it dead. They think someone at the intersection is gonna catch them slipping, and then so they turn it all the way down. No, I don't know. They're probably repping it pretty hard, but
They support
like, I
you.
don't know.
My mother's the same way. Like my mother loves everything I do, but I put a hip hop song out a little bit ago, and she was like, "I didn't know
Wives
you
on
rap
the
that."
other hand.
She was like, "I didn't know you rap that fast," and I was like, "That's literally all I did for like 10 years. Like I've actually slowed down a bit. You know what I mean?" But
It's funny too. To touch on something that Kobe said earlier. Echo. I'm starting to think now. Yeah, this is a track thought, so I'm going to take this one by myself, right? I'm starting
Like
to
it's ever
think
any different.
like the evolution of music all literally just starts from the church.
I was gonna
The
say, if
church
you say
has
new wave, I'm hanging up.
no.
Go ahead.
See, I did. I'm being good so far. Like 4
Go ahead.
episodes in,
Go ahead.
right?
I'm sorry, my
Come
bad.
on.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
But just the ordeal of the fact that the church hated secular music, and a lot of the biggest artists, even in the earlier times, all kind of just bit secular melodies. I mean, church melodies, and turned it into sort of like a broadband of music, which even continues to now, I believe, even with electronic music and things of that nature.
Yeah.
So, it's just weird, when you said that, it just triggered something like, yo, so we never really
No, it
went
is true.
to church.
It is true.
You know what I mean?
It literally can. It literally is traced heavily back to the church in general. I mean,
Two, and
blues
back,
and jazz gave birth to like pretty much all modern Western music, and
Right.
That's where it came from. It came from a lot of like Scotch Irish folk songs and slaves.
that's what I was gonna
And
say. And
that's where we
the
get
slave
like
trade was a lot
modern
too.
Western music. In fact, if you look at African like folk songs, they have a lot of the same melodies that like Scotch Irish folk songs have, and part of that is because of the crossover that happened when they all reached North America.
And Caribbean, yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. Again,
Yeah.
you're descended from yeah. You're just
Yep.
a lot of these people like crossing over with each other in the 16 and 1700s gave birth to music that's going to last for the next, I don't know how many 100 years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What do you
makes sense.
got? What do you have coming up in the next 100 years? Obviously, the second half of that is for comedic effect, but literally, what are you working on now? Everyone stopped. Like, is he serious? Like, what the fuck?
Wait, which
talking to
talking
Echo? I don't give a shit what you guys are doing. I talk to you.
Next 100
I
years,
thought.
you
I just
know.
wanted to make
I
sure.
talk to you motherfuckers every day. I know what
that.
you got coming up.
I had just finished talking, and then you're like, "So what do you got going on?" And I'm like,
It's called what's what we call in the biz a segue. Yeah, it's not just something you drive off a cliff. Anyway,
yeah. Shit. Yeah. No. So yeah, as I mentioned earlier, you know, I'm already working on, you know, the next EP, which is still kind of low to the ground, but I mean, it's not something that's too much of a top secret thing. I mean, it was bound to happen after the first one. And I've got a project. I don't even know. Valiant. Can we talk about it? We can't talk about it, right?
What no, yeah, we can't for you and me. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, I was about to say, I got that remix for the Cyberposic song that you did, and yeah, I think it's sounding pretty nice so far. You know, that's
no, Focus is very happy with it. So you did a remix, Winslow did a remix, and Diligent Fingers is working on a remix. So the three
nice.
Of those are
you got Winslow.
Released.
Hell yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah. So he did the title track, and we played that last week. People liked it a lot. So
awesome.
Yeah,
their Focus is very happy with those two remixes so far, so they're pretty psyched. We're just trying to figure out exactly how we want to release it this year. So,
yeah. And then I've got cool. Another track dropping either in May or June. I know Valiant wants me to drop the label I'm putting that on, but listen. This.
It's May or June, and you're not even saying, like, we're a couple months away. You're like,
I know, but nobody else on the project has either, and I'm just been like,
all right, no, I get it.
That's
cool. That's cool.
Yo,
you're gonna drop it
like
it's hot.
It's a serious feat. I'm just playing it safe. I don't wanna mess with the bag, you know.
No, I get it.
Don't never mess with the bag.
Never mess with the bag. Never mess with the bag.
But
that's the name of this podcast.
but yeah, so that's really what I got going on right now. I've got a side project that I'm hopefully gonna have a few tracks prepped and start doing independent releases on.
Nice.
It's called the Calico Brown.
Right.
Not that much of a special name change. Everyone's got like I feel like the side project for most of these producers these days is like a one syllable, one word, it's
Scales,
like patch, smokes with
shout out to Scales, by the way,
shit like that. But like, it's
Calico Brown does a lot of really dope lo-fi style music, if I'm not mistaken.
That with
to a little bit of what was coming up way ago.
Seems to be the wave. A lot of people in the deeper realms of drum and bass also moonlighting with the lo-fi aesthetic on the side.
Lo-fi is dope. It's always been dope. It'll always be
for
dope.
Sure.
Like shit, man. That shit hits different for sure.
Yeah, I plan on putting my own, spin on stuff though. I'm really trying to go for a mixture between, what you'd consider to be lo-fi, but kind of mixing it with kind of deep bass heavy style patterns, and then also kind of matching it with like, I guess, subtle synth wave style stuff that's kind of mashed into it. I think it's going to be an interesting culmination, and I'm hoping to have that ready to rock and roll. If not, for the second half of this year, certainly for 2022, it'll be a full go.
I'm very interested in hearing that, man.
Yeah, man. Hopefully get you on something for it too.
I'm down. Just get a fly low vibe going on.
Oh yeah.
I'm down with it, man.
Lonnie, you're welcome to play that remix if you want to.
Which one?
The Sepia remix.
Sepia remix.
With Josiah Scribes. I think I sent it, and if you did download it, I guess that's not going to happen then.
That?
Oh, see.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
See it. Doubting your boy.
There you go, guys. That's the whole.
That's it. That's good. I hope you liked that. That was really dope. We are Roti And Poutine. We'll see you next week. So here it is, man. This is Seppi of the Echo Bound remix. Valiant Emcee coming out on Focus, yes?
Coming out on
Focus, yeah, and with Josiah Scribes, and I want to say the HD actually as well did a little production on this
Hot Dog
on the original.
I think so. I think you mentioned that.
Yeah,
that they had put some stuff on there for
cool.
Well.
We'll play it right now. Roti And Poutine every Thursday night, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Special guest.
How'd you look at the mic? Like the mic made that.
I have no idea. So like no.
Looking at the mic. What the fuck
I brought this
doing?
up the other week. I keep doing that. Like anytime something goes wrong, I talk as if that's the camera. I don't know why I do it. It is what it is.
You do that.
I do it every time. I haven't the faintest clue. I don't give a shit. Here's a goddamn tune.
Remix.
You guys. Why do I take this abuse every week?
You're better than
You
that.
bring it on yourself.
I am. I'm better than this.
Those days long gone, but my love shine through. Lifting me as I travel, that's my whole life through. My reflection in my path, you don't even have to ask. If it ever comes to pass, I'ma push this pen true. Those days long gone, but my
Emojis in the chat. Emojis in the chat. Exclusive business right now.
Never had a lot of money, but we never went without. Bicycles came out shoes and hand-me-downs. Sound design stereo with the wood grain. Fisher Price record player, I was all about it. We roller skated in the basement when it rained. TV tag and sardines, yeah, those were our games. Black and white TV antenna with the foil, riding our bikes around the block, filling up our days. I discovered punk rock when I heard the Clash. Watching headbangers ball up on TV raps. At school, drawing pictures, playing hacky sack. Marching band, drum line, yeah, we were at the back. Mighty Taco after hardcore shows. We going night sledding after hardcore snows. Sepia memories, they seem so far away, but no matter what, I'll always be close.
Emojis in the chat. Come on. Roti And Poutine every Thursday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are here with the special guest, Echo Brown. He did this remix. Sepia, Valiant Emcee, Josiah Scribes. Big love. RAPteam.
Those days long gone, but my love shine through. Reflection in my past, you don't even have to ask. If it ever comes to pass, I'ma push this pen true. Those days long gone, but my love shine through. Lifting me as I travel, that's my whole life through.
Tough times never last, but rather tough men do. Days of future past, do it right like tattoo. Got my present in my grasp, ain't even gonna ask. If I'm up to the task, push this pen true. Tough times never last, but rather tough men do. Days of future past, do it right like tattoo. Got my present in my grasp, ain't even gonna ask. If I'm up to the
Shout out Josiah.
push this pen true. Petty kitty memories sitting on the stoop. 12-block radius, that was the farthest we get true. Way before rocking them aiming breaks up on the loop. I shoveled out my neighbors to acquire extra loot. WSBK, watching the Celtics play. I was a bigger ball controlling court and get to stay. With my 2, came to 11, ended with a tray. Street lights coming on, signal the end of the day. Spent time in the street, perfecting my kick flip. Trying to make that trick stick. Cops rolling that dip quick. Never had my lips slip, only love for the brave. Kid, I know how it went down and I'ma take it to the grave. Champion hoods, hitting frames with stock caps. Deep brown pumps started coats and socks hats. Trauma was inevitable, no way to stop that. My past made my present, the future can't block that.
Those days long gone, but my love shine through. Lifting me as I travel, that's my whole life through. My reflection in my past, you don't even have to ask. If it ever comes to pass, I'ma push this pen true.
Tough times never last, but rather tough men do. Days of future past, do it right like tattoo. Got my present in my grasp, ain't even gonna ask. If I'm up to the task, push this pen true.
Those days long gone, but my love shine through. Lifting me as I travel, that's my whole life through. My reflection in my past, you don't even have to ask. If it ever comes to pass, I'ma push this pen
Push this pen true.
Man,
Yeah, I gotta say that I'm massively excited for Valiant and his next project here.
absolutely.
You know what I mean? All these remixes have been
Yeah,
fire.
Winslow out here in the chat
I
talking
was
about I
gonna
want to do
say,
my noses. I
I
was
was
gonna say, man,
literally just
shut up, because his is Flames. That came out. Both of those came out.
Yeah, Winslow did a great job as well, for sure.
Yeah.
Shouts
So
to
good.
Winslow. I heard it
Yeah,
too,
shouts to
brother.
Winslow, man. He's doing the thing too.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yo,
say,
killing it.
I was literally gonna point out the fact that we've had you both on. We had Quadrant. I keep calling him Texel. Sorry, long bad habits. Quadrant and Iris on last week. You guys are really carrying the torch and like really doing proper things. We are all sincerely proud of, man. And beyond just being American, it's dope that you are American, and like we're proud of that part. But you
Proud
guys
of
are
that.
making
Absolutely.
really quality music, man. So shout out to all of y'all.
So just to be that American question, what do you foresee for America in a sense of like, what would you like to see out of the next year for drum and bass stateside? Like, you know,
Um, I don't know, man. It's kind of difficult. I think that I definitely feel like there's a newer mentality of the type of musicality that's happening in drum and bass stateside. You know, it used to be for the longest time that every good producer that was coming out was like a neurofunk, like let me just make something for Eat Brain, you know, and that's
Right.
it. And not saying that it's bad music. And then we also have I'm sorry, it's not bad music. It's good music. It's just it doesn't necessarily do anything to set us apart from the rest of the international community. So, you know, you kind of see those people come and go. And then you also have you've got people that, you know, again try to do like more of the, you know, main stage festival drum and bass that is more just like, you know, the big room stuff, you know, stuff that, you know, may make it on Hospital, it may make it on Ram or Viper, which, you know, I can't be mad at you for that, man. Those are money moves. So, you know, you can land an opportunity there, do what you need to do, man, get that check. But at the same time, there hasn't really been anything that's been standout that people internationally can be like, oh, here's someone that's making something that's kind of different, unique, but also still hitting pretty well. And it's a stateside person, which adds I wouldn't say more value. I mean, obviously it doesn't matter geographically, but I mean, to come out of the States and make music that hits like that right now is something that you don't see every day.
Right.
So like people like Winslow, especially, you know, on him doing the independent thing as well.
Right.
And, you know, being able to work with, you know, Gold Fat, being able to land opportunities on Hospital.
Right.
And the stuff that he's been doing, like, you know, he has his YouTube channel, his streams, you know, shouts out to you, Winslow, kind of halfway jealous that you get to go play Hospitality this year. Clapping, but also applauding.
I'm like all jealous. I'm taking it next year.
Steel sharpens steel. Steel sharpens steel. We good.
Yeah, and so, but there are a lot of like innovative, you know, people right now, a lot of innovative producers that are coming through and setting us apart from the international community, and if not setting us apart, putting us up to par, you know, at the very least.
That's what
Which
I
is
like.
important.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so it's nice to be able to have a platform here that can echo the progress being made over in the UK or, you know, over in
Because
the Netherlands and stuff like that.
I just feel like as much as we need it is as much as they need it. That's
Exactly.
facts.
Yeah.
that whole ordeal. Like let's not play around. Once we open up these gates, they're gonna want to come flying in because they're gonna be like, well, we are the ones, and we want to show you how it really sounds compared to whatever we're doing. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be a lot of that, and you want that. It's just a little excitement to be created for something that is probably long overdue. We don't have questions as to what happened in the 90s and the early 2Gs, but we can fix a lot of those problems like right now. But just correct, you know, just opening those doors. And I think it's never been impossible.
Yeah, there has been, I mean, everyone here can probably attest to that there has been an overwhelming amount of testimony from a lot of these artists overseas that, you know, maybe they're not on Hospital or Ram or Viper or like, you know, the main, the main
The
stage
big five.
pipelines, I would almost say, where they're just, you know, they're like, I would love to come play in the States, but I can't because it just doesn't, this type of music doesn't seem to get the appeal.
Which is funny because they do get the sales. It's just that the
Yeah.
sales spread out. So
Yeah.
like they might get like maybe 10K in sales from America, and they'll be like, "Yo, all these people in America love me," and then they come here. New York is 200, DC is a couple 50, 100. You know, they got to go around slowly to meet those people who
Yeah.
supported them along the way. So it's a little different as where they used to just seeing a crowd of people in front of them like every night in London.
That's
Yeah.
why. That's also why I give SS such praise, because he will make it work. Like he understands that he's probably going to take a financial hit, but he does it in a way because he knows that spreading that throughout the states, no matter what, is a good thing. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, it's a good ego checker too for London heads, as a lot of these guys might be super hot and they're coming over, and then there is like expectations for a lot of these guys, and then they come to these parties and they're like, but these parties aren't like London in general, so they're sort of like halfway let down in their own
Yo,
sense. You know?
that's facts for sure, man. Like imagine playing a 1,000, 2,000 person,
every weekend.
venue, outdoors, full, full spectrum sound, everything's going proper,
Right.
and it's, to flying over to, like, let's say New York City, and you're a newcomer, right? You don't have the OG, reputation yet, and then you play someplace in New York or like DC or like, I would feel sorry for anyone who got booked for Raleigh and was like fresh out, like brand new, and it's just like you come in and like you get like 100 people max, and half those people came to see the local talent. They didn't even know who you were.
Yeah, right.
That shit sucks, fam. Like,
Perhaps 1,000.
I feel like.
Go
ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, my bad. No, I was going to say is like at the same time, though, there is a positive to that because it humbles you. It makes you realize that, this is, it's kind of difficult to, gauge exactly how much progress you're making on that awareness. And we need more of that. We need more people to take that hit and just come out here and do a tour out here and start hitting these clubs, start hitting these shows or these festivals, and like, understand that, like, you'll get like 30 or 40 people show up, and it's not going to be this massive jumping party, but the people who showed up for real.
And I feel like a lot of this goes back to the conversation we had earlier about the promoter curating the promoter.
Promoter. That is a new word.
Anyway, the
hashtag right now. Get it on a t-shirt.
Right when I'm on like a very serious comment, I just a promoter. Anyway, this goes back to the promoter curating the experience, because we found out, it's nothing new, but we found out here in Atlanta by banding together that we have a better chance of making a show pop. Some of our best shows here are the smaller shows. We had
I love Atlanta.
150 people. Elevate throws a show, you probably fit 150 people in there. Torch throws a free event every month when we get back to that. I love you guys. And it's a smaller crowd. We realize if we just start banding these things together and making sure we can throw these smaller shows that are very your expectation is there. You know what I mean? Like when you had Jumpin' Jack Frost, we had the Red Eye Show, all these people that are huge and come through these
There's a textbook
shows.
to it, like
intimate moments.
It feels like speaking for Atlanta and just speaking just in general to like sort of, I don't want to say new markets. I want to say discovered markets, in a sense of like they go and there is this sort of like curiosity that I love. This is why I like new crowds, because new crowds are going to speak the absolute truth to whatever is going on, especially if they don't know what the hell is going on.
True.
So like you go in and it's like, all right, maybe the first 5 or 10, maybe 20 people might know, yo, these guys are killing it. They're looking at them, engaging what is exactly they might be missing out on, and they will make their own interpretations of whatever that is. Yeah, it's weird. Listen, booking comes to Brooklyn. Monty knows. I heard security guards tell me I don't like drum and bass. Only to be like, yo.
Shit.
Right. The shit
Talk to us in a couple hours, fam.
Yeah, so that's what I feel is sort of the deal, is just to break the door open and honestly chat room, promoters, artists, whoever you are in the room, absolute huge cheers for all of you mofos.
Yo, straight up,
man.
I see Marco from
I gotta turn the corners.
I see Marco in here from the Austin, Texas plush
Shout
crew
out.
out there.
Oh,
Big
shout
up
out
to
to
you.
Plush crew.
I know you guys
Marco.
were doing stuff for a while, and then COVID kind of messing things up a little bit.
Yeah, I was actually headed there on the time COVID happened. Yeah, that was a pretty sad moment. Yeah, it was like last second, probably not the best move for me to get out there, and it was just like,
whatever you do when we open back up, we will work with you, fam. Let's get it popping.
Yeah.
Like,
and Austin's popping all the time. So
I love Austin, bro. I'm not only that, Nick's out there too. I have a reason to be out there for a minute.
All right.
Shit. Anyway,
hey guys, I genuinely apologize. Give me 30 seconds.
Oh, no
30
problem.
seconds.
No problem. Right back. As Echo Brown leaves the building,
we're probably gonna tie it up.
Switched our normal Echo Brown with Sanka decaf. Let's see if Track knows the difference.
What is it? I don't know.
I miss those old commercials.
Yeah, I miss those commercials too, man.
I do.
Yeah, we'll probably wrap it up too when he gets back. I want to play this new thing he's got, and I'll probably be around after that. It's been a long day. It's been a beautiful day.
It's been a long day.
Plus, it's been a long week.
You feeling like Superman right now?
I don't feel like Superman. No
viruses are bouncing off Amani's chest right now as we speak.
By the way, I wanted to say to the chat room, real quick while we have a small break here. Diligent Fingers and Mad Rush MC just put out a vocal sample pack. It's on from the producer, I believe it's called. So I heard some of it, and it's pretty cool, man. So go check that out. They both have really distinct voices, and if you want some cool vocals for your tunes, that's definitely a sample pack to check out for sure. So hit up Diligent Fingers or Mad Rush, either one of them, because the sample pack is them together.
Dilly is about to outwork everybody in this fucking
Dilly
game,
out here doing
outworking everybody, man. He's like
that man is like
that motherfucker.
I can't even stop.
So basically what we're saying is, Dilly, stop hopping in this chat like you're not outworking everyone in this.
Yo, your man
hustling
everything new right now.
And also big up to him for playing the new Simplify Beast remix before anybody was able to hear it.
Diligent Fingers,
I'm dropping it.
Burner Brothers, Winslow, Echo Brown. We got the dopest chat basically on the planet.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to everybody in this chat, man.
Yes, we do.
Yeah,
you hear that drum bass arena? We got the best.
No, see.
Damn.
Here we go.
Now you're messy.
Take it too
Come on.
There we go.
Take it
too far. I'm never not messy. That's why they have me on.
Shout out Frost. Frost dropped to Frost Report. Somebody go check that out, please.
Yeah.
Also,
did he drop it finally?
He dropped the first episode.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Okay. Also, podcast love, man. I want to shout out Killer Keller too, because I know we were like the best ever, but dude, his podcast is so insane.
Cool, man. I love this show.
So shout out, go check out Killer Keller as well. Ain't no hate out here. There's enough for everybody.
We ain't got no, exactly. What you mad about?
I don't know.
Spread
if there
these
are
tens of dollars around.
I don't know if there's any like metal fans in the chat or whatever, but there's this one called 2 Minutes to Late Night, which is really cool.
Name.
If you guys like metal at all, it's a little nod to Iron Maiden.
I was about to say a nice take on Iron Maiden.
Yeah. And they had just recently they had Every Time I Die and Cave In, and they covered each other, and I about freaked out because I'm a little hardcore kid. So I think that's going to be coming out in a 7-inch soon. But man, that's a cool show. They have all these cool metal covers with lots of different people around the metal universe playing together. It's really neat. So check it out. I just had to nerd out there for a second.
Cool.
So that's what y'all are. That's the podcast that y'all are listening to mainly.
I'm all over the place, bro.
We all over that.
Man, I listen to so many. Yeah.
And right now, I've been like stuck in YouTube world. I'm learning After Effects and watching NFTs and all kinds. I haven't watched normal TV. I haven't watched normal TV, and I don't know how long.
Oh boy,
like, you know the FT world is the truth. So yeah,
that shit's crazy.
It's crazy. That's what I'll say.
That's a weird.
What it is evolving. There's nothing to be taught. Yeah. It's evolving. Well, just pay attention to it.
When you framed it that way, like you can have like the original, and then you can stream it all you want.
They're two separate things.
It's
two completely separate things.
I know it's an interesting, strange.
Also, I don't want to sit here and pretend like I'm an expert. I am not. I'm very much still learning the space. I have a lot to learn, and I've been digging into it. But from the aspect that I've been looking at it, is a little different than a lot of people who are just like, oh, let's just make something, put it up. Like,
I don't want people thinking they just do like a stick figure and somebody will buy the shit.
It doesn't work.
I guarantee you that's gonna happen though.
But a lot, it is for sure.
It's like I think that's the big disconnect, is that people don't understand that they're not buying the actual graphic itself or the actual like the creative property. They're buying the blockchain behind the creative property.
That's right.
So the moment you realize that blockchain, people are like, how can they sell it for $69 million? Like the first major sale that they did for NFT, which is ridiculous.
Today, sorry.
Like you're basically embedding that blockchain into any type of content. Jack Dorsey, the dude who runs Twitter, he sold his first ever tweet as an NFT. He embedded blockchain into it and sold it for $2.5 million.
Mm-hmm.
What in the absolute fuck is going on? Why is that?
Hey, listen,
look, I'll put it like this, right? I'll simply put it. Blau sold his album for $11 million.
Okay.
Now, to people like, oh shit, I'm gonna go sell my album for $11 million. That's not how this works. One, Blau has also been very involved in this scene for a very long time. So like, also. But the fact still remains of my simple point is if somebody did that, it might be something you want to at least look into.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Like,
for sure.
I'm not going to sit here
the notion at the very least.
You might just want to take a look.
I mean, I'm just saying, if you're a drum and bass producer and you've managed to sell an EP for like say $300, that's probably more than a lot of drum and bass producers will make.
Is that a real thing?
Off of streaming,
Holy
you know
shit.
what I mean? Like,
I'm saying, yeah.
Be all you can be.
I'm looking at it. So my whole thing is the tech behind it. I'm not worried.
Right.
Like, I'm worried about the tech. I'm worried about property rights. I'm worried about the future of all of this. Because at some point, we all have to admit that Bitcoin is here to stay. Like, there's nothing you can do about that. You can't stop the future. So I just take a look at it. That's it. I'm not going to say anything more because I'm not an expert. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Wu-Tang sold a freaking album for like how much? Imagine that on NFT right now, how much they would have got.
They turned around and then made 36 copies of said same thing and put it on and made it an NFT.
See what I'm saying?
Jeez.
Just take a look. That's all I'm saying is to take a look. Because the more y'all take a look at it, the more validity it gets.
Creators
I'm
get
interested
busy,
in the tech behind ownership. I'm a nerd. Been a nerd my entire life. When Second Life came about, and I was like, holy shit, Second Life is a fucking thing. We should make a whole ecosystem inside of the thing. And obviously Second Life fell apart, but whatever. I've been that dude. When we all bought video games and we stopped buying digital copies, and then you had to ask yourself, well, do we really own these things? Now we're starting to answer those questions. So the tech is there. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying is look at that stuff. If you want to go chase the money, that's your business. You can go down that route. That's not what I'm interested in. But I digress. Anyway,
that bag looks good, man. That's all I'm
the
trying to
bag's
say.
great. I'm not saying don't go get the bag. I'm just saying
we could probably create a bag right now.
Know what kind of bag you're chasing is what I'm saying. All bags ain't
this man stinking next level.
You know what I'm saying? This right here. Yo.
Another one.
Another one.
Another
gems everywhere.
God damn.
That's crazy though, because that I mean the fact that that's a possibility, like that's kind of scary. Like there was talk about how because right now the big blockchain that's doing the cryptographics is Ethereum, which is just one type of cryptocurrency, and they're talking about how each cryptocurrency has the potential to monopolize on each type of NFT, I guess, construct or like a blockchain type. So like if Ethereum wanted to capitalize and monopolize on cryptographics, Bitcoin could come through and do shit like we're gonna start like embedding the blockchain as an NFT for things like merchandising.
Right, for merchandising.
So like
yep.
you get so now you got a T-shirt, right? That's got blockchain behind it. I mean, which would be weird because it's not a digital product. But then again, people are, I don't know how, like beyond that, it's weird. But at the same time, like, is that the future? Like one day,
I have my opinions on it, but I'm not ready to speak on all that right now.
you make a
I'm just gonna leave it at that.
We make a gif of something happening, and then fucking
you own
it's
that.
cool
Crazy.
tech you should look into, ladies and gentlemen.
I've been taking a look at it all day.
So,
honestly, I'm gonna just be straight up, man. I saw that 69 million, and I was just like,
that should happen today.
Distraction is imminent. Like,
as my boy let me know, it is the third highest art piece that's ever been sold to a living human being.
Next to a fella, what's his name? Peoples did a really good.
That's the dude.
Yeah, all right. Say no
That's
more.
he got the 69 mil.
How soon do you think before though? There's obviously a bubble for this, and the bubble's growing. Like, I kind of fear for the bubble bursting.
We need to talk about this over now because I can't pretend like I know. No, not because I'm trying to keep things secret. Because I'm not going to pretend I know more than I do.
Right.
But I will say this. Again, to the people I've talked to, gave me a proper analogy. There is a bubble right now. That bubble is going to burst. But just like the housing bubble, just because the bubble bursts doesn't mean the houses are no longer of value. The tech is what's important. So yeah, there's a bubble for anybody trying to pump and dump.
Right.
Before we go, big ups to Esoteric, man. Thank you for the birthday shouts. Thank you for stinking in with us, man.
Definitely.
You're about to make your move.
Let's play this one last tune and then we'll cut out of here because I feel like it definitely needs to be played. Thank you for coming through. You've been a fantastic guest as we knew you would be.
I appreciate that, man. Thanks for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Really podcast.
What we playing, Monty?
You've got a brand new one that came out, yes?
Yeah, just had a track come out on the Shogun Audio, the Point of Origin Volume 4 track, Conversations.
Shout out to Shogun. Friction and them cats is working hard over there.
Yeah, big shouts to Friction and Peter Van Dongen. Great.
Hey, Friction, if you're listening, come on the show, man. I haven't talked to you.
We need Friction on the
Seriously.
show.
Definitely. That would be.
And for those people who think that's kind of crazy, Friction is like the coolest motherfucker on the planet. Like he's like the nicest guy ever.
And also like another stateside shout out to Clippy, who also made it on. He also made it on that compilation too. His track's fire, man. It's getting some really good reach all around. He just had that other EP come out last year, part of it was Binary, one of the Critical Music sub labels. So he's doing some things. Looking forward to seeing how he branches out as well. Definitely someone to look out for if you haven't already.
Shout out. Cool. Well, this one is called Conversations by Echo Brown. Roti And Poutine every Thursday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Pacific. Track the Valiant, myself, Armani Rain. Emojis in the chat.
We hope y'all listening. Happy Thursday night.
Emojis in the chat.
Again, big shouts to the chat room. You guys are lovely tonight, man. Much love to y'all.
Yeah, same for me. Appreciate everybody in there. Appreciate the love. Reciprocated right back to you.
Roti And Poutine. Special guest, the Echo Brown. This one's called Conversation. Shout out Shogun.
There's like this jazzy feeling about drum and bass that I love that always shows up every time. Emojis in the chat, y'all.
I don't wanna tell you too much. Oh, word. I don't wanna tell you too much. I don't wanna tell you too much. Oh, word.
Finally, Imani gets up. Ouch.
Roti And Poutine every Thursday. Emojis in the chat. We right here. The Valiant, the track. Myself, MC Money Rain. Special guest, Echo Brown. This one's called Conversations. Shout out the whole rap team. I see y'all. Don't forget to go to our Facebook page, Roti And Poutine. Give us a follow. Episodes of season 3 have been going up on YouTube. The vault's coming. Big tune.
Woo.
Yeah, man.
You guys got to come to Sun and Bass somehow. I think I might start trying to put the word out just because I hear this tune and it brings me straight to Sun and Bass for no reason at all.
I'm glad I had that effect on you.
Yeah.
That means a lot because Sun and Bass is like,
yeah, man.
That's the pinnacle festival that I've been trying to get to, and every time, like last year, I was ready to go, and then COVID hit, and I like legit had the money aside. Like, okay, tickets are good. Like, tickets aren't that expensive right now. Plane tickets and to actually get into the festival, I was like, I think I might be able to make this happen. And then, sure enough, you know, they had to go ahead and slap that COVID sticker on the country. And I said, nah, I'm good.
Italy got ripped apart, and Sardinia was no different. But I have to be honest, you're in good hands. People that you're around yearly, not a problem. And if I hope I'm there to see that the North Quarter crew get it in together. I would scream, to be honest. I might even be the MC for all I know, but still, I would scream to see you guys all together in the same space, just killing it.
If I end up playing and you're there, like you better be prepared. I hope you have your mic on.
It's on tape.
It's happening.
I am Mr. Sardinia at this point, bro. Mr. Santiadoro. Let me not take over the whole Sardinia. Mr. Santiadoro. But at the end of the day, the vibes. That song pretty much described the vibes. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So I got
that means a lot, man. Seriously, that means a lot. I appreciate that.
Let's all go.
For real, man.
Amani's a superstar, so I got to figure that out.
Stop that.
You know what I mean?
I hate when you do
that.
that.
Come along. You listen, we do Roti And Poutine over the pool session.
Facts. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, Roti And Poutine might be a thing, like, out at festivals. I'm talking, like, I'm looking at food trucks. Like, we just get a food truck and set up right outside of that shit. That should be lit.
Ooh.
That should be lit, right? Y'all was laughing. He was like, actually.
Yeah, no, like I can't lie. Well, cause I mean poutine, and I'm just. But like, think about like the target audience at that point. Like in Canada, you'd fucking kill, but like here,
I
don't
think
know, man.
poutine will go over well in
Poutine
America.
would go over well anywhere you
Yeah,
go.
No, roti
for
and
sure.
poutine would kill.
I don't know, man. I'm half Canadian. Some of that poutine.
Some of it. Wait.
Yeah,
Now,
you're half
he's
Canadian, but
right.
all of you lives in the States. So I mean,
I know.
I'm pretty sure you put that shit on there. Someone, what is that? Oh,
gravy and fries. Are you kidding? People will be like,
fuck.
I didn't. It's weird because I thought it was weird when I was like a child. My mom always used to just be like, "No, you put this brown gravy over these fries and watch what happens."
And win.
Yeah,
which is funny
so
because we all kind of did that at first. I was like, you did what? But it's really just gravy on potatoes. It's just like
For
the
real,
most
man.
natural.
It's almost all juice.
It's like
that
here's
KFC side.
Thanksgiving.
Right.
Every time. Anyway. Yeah, so we're gonna get that shit popping. We're all going to Sun and Base. I'm renting a truck, and we're gonna
Yeah,
do
man.
Roti
I'm
and
about to make
Poutine.
some calls.
Yeah, man, we're gonna do it. But yo, man, it's been a blast. Anything you want to plug before we go?
absolutely.
Yeah, just be on the lookout for that Focus remix. With Valiant, Josiah Scribes, HD, and I, or my remix of it. At least I wasn't in the original. Obviously, I'm ruining this plug opportunity.
No, it's fine.
Beyond that, I don't really have something dropping in May, June. I can't really talk about it, but
stay tuned to
I
socials.
probably can. I'm just scared. I just don't.
All the can't really talk about shit be the shit you need to look out for.
Bro, we're all drum and bass people. Everything's like, so what you got coming? There's something coming out tomorrow, but I can't talk about it until tomorrow.
They get mad at me for that, so don't feel no way about that. You know what I mean?
But,
no, I do it too.
But yeah, and
I hate doing interviews because they always ask that question. What you got going on? I can't
What's that new shit
tell
you
you
playing
any of it.
in your car before you got here?
It's like I don't know what you're talking about. What projects?
Right.
Obviously, keep it locked on the North Quarter. Not just for anything forthcoming for me, but also everybody on there. Fantastic stuff. Keep it locked for FD's new EP coming soon. That's going to be next level. If you fancy it, please feel free to go and follow my Calico Brown project. This is Calico Brown everywhere on Instagram. Keep it locked on there. I'll try to be active and notifying releases and stuff like that. But
cool.
I just wanted to say that on behalf of like just us here and everybody here, like I salute your growth. I salute what's turning out to be an amazing run, an exciting run, and I couldn't be more happier just watching it. So like, Echo, listen, we got your back. You know what I mean? At the end of the day.
Hey, bro, I really appreciate that, man. That means a lot, and I want to say thank you to you. Not devaluing Valiant or Armani. It's just like I've had like experiences.
Whatever. It's
not to devalue Valiant and Armani, but fuck that.
No. It's just that like on like for the past like 2 to 3 years, Terrence has definitely helped me with navigating some of these these roads out here in drum and bass, and even overseas, in London, and stateside as well. You've definitely been something of a mentor, even though we haven't really spent a whole lot of time in person beyond that. So I appreciate you.
We did a lot of linking in between a lot of places, and in those places we had a lot of amazing chats behind the scenes that that are between us, of course.
Yeah. It's just been awesome. I appreciate the
He's gonna be right in the book.
Hey man. Yeah.
What are you saying? We've got time. No,
but thanks to everybody in here, because I know Valiant's doing some incredible things, man. I'm really looking forward to the projects.
No, I'm super pumped. I said it in the chat, but the remix is having you and Winslow and Dilly do the remixes on that EP already, which I'm already proud of the original, but I am so pumped about it. So yeah, I'm super stoked. And I finally I tried to work with you a couple years back and it never linked up. and like have it come together for this was like kind of perfect. So it worked.
Yeah,
out
bro.
great.
Yeah, and like I'm at the end of the day, I'm happy that you're liking it, because at the end of the day, I just want to if I'm remixing something, I want to make sure that I'm doing the original as much justice as I can,
possible.
because sometimes I've heard remixes that someone takes it and just rips it to shreds and doesn't do. It literally was just like, did you want this completely different song, but we're just gonna say it's a remix? Yes, like without any type of like context or correlation to the original. It's like I don't know, but
I've got a couple of remixes in my catalog that are like that, and thankfully they're good. But it is a tricky kind of thing. It is weird, and there's two approaches you can take with the remix. You can rework it a little bit, or you can flip it on its head and turn it into something different.
Right.
And they're both like it's a skill, man. You gotta it's a very delicate balance to strike. So
for sure, yeah, it definitely it's walking a fine line. But yeah, as long as you like it, I'm happy that you like it, and yeah, I'm looking forward to that entire project releasing and anything else you got forthcoming, man. And I mean, I don't know why I have to say anything for Armani. Y'all already know Armani. He's gonna do some incredible shit. We already know he's got like paparazzi somewhere outside his house right now.
Snapping shots.
Oh man, just wait till that Bro album drops.
Dude, yeah, you're gonna be doing crazy shit. I had like a whole bunch
anyway, no.
No, all I'm saying is that you kind of a big deal. That's all I'm trying to say, man. Don't even.
I have many books of
many
leatherback books. Fresh mahogany. No, we're all working, man. We're all working. Y'all inspire me. Truly, you guys are hustling out here. So I'm just trying to keep the fuck up. You know what I mean? I got a little something. We'll figure
We're
it
all
out.
just trying to keep up with diligent fingers, apparently.
For real.
Work rate
No
is
cap
not at the level yet.
whatsoever.
I released 2 albums this week and EP next week.
Bro. Like, shit.
God damn.
Relax.
Not
Anyway.
yeah, he's got a lot.
Dilly, slow down
Shout
just a little bit, bro. Just a little bit.
Shout out. Oh, let me go back to this. I know you guys bigged up Uncommon Being. You see me with HyperX and Flips. Shout out my drums team. Also gave out some merch over the holidays. So go check out drumsclothingbrand.com. Jesso's in the chat. Shout out to him. Shout out to Rhett. Shout out everybody involved with that situation. I've got these hats. You can go check them out on ArmaniRain.com. They are Rain, my little ambigram swags. So go do that if you may. I've got masks up there if you want to buy those for the little bit of time we have left with them.
Hopefully.
No, you need to wear them after. Goddamn.
Right.
Yeah. Realistically, I'm probably going to be wearing a mask for quite a while.
Yeah, same. Just because. I just might go get a ski mask with an N95 filter. What else was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So I do have a tune coming out tomorrow. I ironically cannot talk about until tomorrow. So
what?
Oh, so this is real.
That was a real thing. I wasn't joking earlier.
Gotta be big business.
So yeah,
we can't talk about it right now.
Please support the artist. It'll be out tomorrow. You'll see it all over my social.
Isn't it tomorrow? Isn't it tomorrow now?
It is tomorrow. Someone look it up.
It's about 1:45 tomorrow, right?
All right.
Now.
So anyway, I have a tune coming out with Dion Timmer. It's coming out on his EP that he's dropping. So go check you'll check it out. You'll see. For those who get a sneak peek, you know what I'm saying?
Nice.
The dubstep ting. Yeah. So big love to everybody. Oh, I knew what I was going to say. How rude of me. Sugar Brat. MJ.
Sugar Brat in the bill.
Especially Sugar Brat. Thank you so much for everything you do.
Free and bass.
Make this world go run around. Like,
I honestly I kept getting these notifications like in Facebook and Instagram of just like you're like this Echo Brown mentioned here, and it all came from Sugar Brat, and I was just like, yo, who is this person? I get it now. You're doing your thing, fam. I appreciate it.
Goat.
Much love.
Goat. Can't honestly say enough, man. She helps this thing run. So everyone show Sugar Brat some love. Follow her on Instagram.
Doubles on me, yo. Whenever you get back, doubles is on me, yo.
She's got some dope clothing too. You guys should check out, man. Check it out. Yes, support the family. So yeah. Also, as always, be proud of yourself. You've made it this far. We've got a little bit longer to go. Make sure that you are taking care of yourself physically, mentally. Be the light that you need to be. Be the light for another. Try to smile. Understand that everybody's going through something. Take it very seriously. If you need anything, please reach out to someone. If you have to, reach out to us. We would try to get back to you as soon as possible. Even if you just want to blow up my DMs and vent about something, I'm okay with that. But big love to everybody in the Rap Team chat, man. We love y'all. We love doing this every single week. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for paying us any attention. I don't know why you do, but you do, and I love you for it. So, big love. Take care of yourselves.
We love the hell out of y'all. Y'all keep us going. Y'all keep us moving, and we salute y'all. You know, again, real quick, you can tag all three of us in the room and Messenger if you want about whatever the situation is. We'll all listen for real. And it's just funny because this week has been all about mental health, and I'm really, really happy that we're bringing it to the horizon. And yo, we got this far. We're a year in. We got this far. We can hold ourselves together. Crazy. And if you need, you can holler. I swear to God, I'll say something. I'll say whatever is on my mind. Hopefully it makes you laugh or brings some reality to your face. So big salute to y'all.
Big love, y'all.
Yeah.
That's it. Roti and Poutine. Every Thursday, we right here. We'll see y'all next time. Gang, gang.